Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I thought I was ready today, but I wasn't. And Kristen asked me a little while ago, she said, have you done everything you need before Tuber Chat? Oh yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I got everything, all my ducks in a row. So thanks for being patient during my clunky beginning, but thank you everybody for being here. We'll do some introductions in a second, but the first channel that we're looking at today is Vintage Style by Joe. This is somebody who's been making frequent appearances here almost for every stream, as a matter of fact, lately. And I know not everybody can. I certainly don't expect it. You know, we're here 3 times a week usually, and for 3 hours at a time. Excuse me, but I appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to say hello or drop a thumbs up or running the stream in the background. We got a few friends that do that as well. And Vintage Style by Joe is already beyond 2,500 subscribers, which is great to see. She's monetized. This creator is doing a lot of creating, and some of what I've seen from her is quilting. I just watched another video today that I had not already seen, this triangle Christmas quilt. This creator does interesting things with scraps of fabric and materials. It's not always scraps, but there are a lot. So things that otherwise might have been passed by, they end up using and making beautiful, vibrant, colorful things for around the home. They've actually been getting a jump on Christmas right now, which is a really cool idea because you know they're going to ride the traffic all the way up over the next few months by having a catalog of content already ready to go. I see they've got a couple of new videos this week, so I'm going to take the latest one, put this into a special playlist I use. I call it my catch-up list, and that's just a fun name for a playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then I will have a look at the shorts page here and see what they've got. Some of these have started to roll into 1,500, 2,500, 2,600 views. You get more of an idea of the things they're creating here with just a tiny bit of variety mixed in. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they seem to be live usually at least once a week, sometimes more than once, which is great to see. And I've been lucky enough to catch Vintage Style by Joe many times live already. So we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. I see we've got quite a overwhelming beginning, so thank you everybody for coming in. Hopefully you'll connect with Vintage Style by Joe and get some of her support coming back to you also. I see we've got a couple of things happening in the chat to get us started. Mariana Latrinia is dropping a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. Right before that, we saw one from Greenland Quilter Katie, and that's actually something that she is doing, knowing that we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. She wants us to look at Crafty Witch 232, and we absolutely honor that kind of thing. We have for a long time, but it tells me that Crafty Witch 232 must be a great supporter for them. And Kiwi's Crochet Corner has also dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at that channel right this second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. JetLife777 has been a member for, what did that say, 56 months. Can you imagine that? So obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter, a generous creator as well. Imagine, Tuber Chat's now been monetized long over 4 years. And wow, that is really something else. I got quite a few names on the wheel. Moderators and members are always added as soon as I see them in the chat. So I've been adding names in the background here, but Scratch and Pete PA, just Jason Keto, along with Canadian Family Life and I Am Betty J Gathers, are all beloved and dedicated moderators here, so I've got them at the top of the wheel. Michael's Adventures dropped a raid for us again. He's been doing that frequently lately. He runs his premieres. He actually schedules them around Superchatters so that he can raid in, and I appreciate that. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator. And then the Queen Before You Reacts dropped in a raid again as well, and she's done that before, so I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support on the way in. Handicapped Travelers here, I'm going to add them to the wheel. I got quite a few names there. Butler Family Farm with the check mark in the chat is here. Lisa J Stocks is going to help with our finances, and then PK Adventure Travels. I keep hearing more and more people talk about that channel, as a matter of fact, so I know they're really having impact. Rocky Top Sports Talk, good to see you in the house. Handicapped Traveler, like I said, I just added. And, my dear goodness, have we got a lot of introductions to go through. Paulzilla 911, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Matthews Bushcraft from the Big Family Expedition is here, pardon me. Timmy the Racing Channel and Fuzzy Adventures and more are both here every day. Aussie Flash 665, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That is another channel that we already know and love. Gaming Legends, I believe, and they've changed their name. KP Heathen is a longtime friend as well. And then A Simple Family Lifestyle's been here for a while. Oki's Eden is in the house. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Dawn's channel, good to see you here. She's been going live frequently lately. And then yeah, as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Radio Jonesy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then it's Chocolate Drop. They were also here before the stream started. We're going to talk about Kiwi's Crochet Corner in another moment. This is actually somewhat of a longtime friend. They've been with us for quite a while, but it's a channel I'm still getting to know. I haven't seen a lot of their stuff yet. I'm going to read from their page and their About section in a moment here. I see they've got that filled out. Rushing Wind Mountain, our dear friend Ruby is here. And when we look at the chat, I also see AceFlaw1. He's been a friend of about 6 years, as a matter of fact. Radio Jonesy, thank you so much for the membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. That means I'll add you to the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And when we look at Kiwi's Crochet Corner, they are right on the edge of 2,000 subscribers. 1.99 they're sitting at right now. So hopefully we can get them a little bit closer right now. They're actually a longtime friend. They've got over 1,000 videos, over 1,100 actually, in total on their channel between shorts and live streams as well. Quite some lengthy videos here, a couple of these. Now, we're always looking for videos that are at least 3 minutes or longer. I tend to look for videos that are quite a bit longer, like 10 minutes, let's just say. This creator's got videos that are going up to an hour and a half. I'm going to take this latest one, put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. That will help me get and keep caught up with the channel. They've got 3,400 and 4,700 views on a couple of these shorts videos, and it looks like a bit of variety here with a feathered friend as the star of the show for a lot of this, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be live fairly frequently. Yeah, they seem to be going about once a week, which is great, and monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we read from their About section, they say we're going to find a lot of crochet and yarn content sprinkled with a bit of parrot comedic relief. So that will be interesting, and I'll be looking forward to more from Kiwi's Crochet Corner and their feathered friend, as I said. Tina Mosho, thank you for the membership. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. I know I keep saying it. We always put members on the wheel right away. And Kiwi's Crochet Corner, thank you so much for the super chat as well. I hope we can get you a couple more subscribers, a little bit closer to that 2,000. It's an exciting milestone. We'd love to see you get there. And I know it's easier said than done, but you want to keep working at it, because we'd love to see you at 2005 or 2010, so that YouTube doesn't, you know, if they happen to play with your numbers, they don't knock you back below that milestone. We know what that's like. I've been through it a couple times, actually. And then they just did a crochet tutorial today. So is that the video that I just put in my catch-up list? I'll be looking forward to having a look at that. Angie's Oddities is in the house. Good to see you here. And then Crafty Witch 232 is up for a special reason. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. My goodness. Tina Mosho, forgive me, and Rocky Top Sports Talk, I didn't realize I completely missed those super chats. Luckily, Scratch and PPA is always on the case, so he caught those. I just gave them their hearts. And we'll put your two channels up one after the other in another moment here. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. And Greenland Quilter Katie is somebody who's been doing a lot of that lately, and they actually do it occasionally for other creators. I say occasionally, but it should be frequently. And then when we look at Crafty Witch 232, Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a super chat specifically so we would look at this channel right away. They have passed 3,000 subscribers. This is really interesting to me because Crafty Witch 232, I won't be able to guess by their videos, but they've been with us for over a year now. I'm not sure how long. It won't be 2 years yet. But this creator right away started having incredible impact. They're here for almost every stream, which I appreciate, but they're out supporting other people as well as being on every single day. They are on live almost every night for hours. I say night because I'm in the Eastern time zone and that's when I catch them. But Crafty Witch 232... being at 3,000 is a bit of a telling marker, as I've said for many years now. When a channel organically gets to 3,000, I think that really kind of says a lot about the creator and what they must have gone through in their YouTube journey already. If for anybody here that's seen a channel, any channel, there's plenty of them here that have gotten over 3,000, but I'm talking purely organically with no promotions, no other types of pushing subscribers and things like that, but strictly through connections with other creators and their content growing organically. I think that anybody that gets to 3,000 can certainly get to 10,000 if they want to, and even 100,000 eventually. The only reason why 100,000 or a million becomes questionable is because it can take a long time. For a lot of people, it could take years. We don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like 3 years from now, but I think that it speaks a lot about creators behind these channels. So, Crafty Witch 232 obviously is bringing a lot of creativity. As a matter of fact, they say they craft all the things. They cross-stitch, crochet, 3D print, as well as make jewelry. They work on perler beads. They do some sewing. And this creator actually sells a lot of what they make. You'll notice a lot of pop culture references in the thumbnails on the shorts here. This is what they're making just about every day. A mix of 3D printing and crochet more than anything else. I see a new cross-stitch shorts video. And then some of these have done really well. You see that they've gotten into 10,000, 14,000 views on a couple of them. And then live streams, like I said, they're on almost every day. It's usually just creating, but I see they're now starting to get into collaborations. I think they've done a bit of that before. Occasionally they might play a video game or something like that. But Crafty Witch 232 is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So to hear somebody else advocate for them is no surprise to me. Yadira, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Rocks and Raccoons with Auntie Jan, good to have you here. Thank you for coming in. And let's look at Greenland Quilter Katie right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Oki's Eden, thank you for another super chat. We're going to have your channel up right after Tina Mosho and Rocky Top Sports Talk. We got a couple of channels to go before that, including Greenland Quilter Katie and Mariana Latrinia. And then Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts has come in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I try to scan back a little bit, make sure I'm not missing anybody, but I do miss quite a bit. So if anybody needs me to see something, just, you know, like I said, that thumbs up and at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow if you can. It really helps. And then, my dear goodness, are we on fire? This beginning of this stream is something else. And then, oh, thank you. Yes, it's Chocolate Drop. Bliss is actually a song. I have 3 versions of that one. It was one of the very first ones that I had produced for our copyright-free music channel. And all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat can be used as copyright-free music. We have it all on a separate channel, which you can find at the bottom of our front page. And there's about 60 songs there right now. One day I hope to expand the collection, but we'll see. In the meantime, anybody can use all of that. And then, thank you for that. It's Chocolate Drop. All that music, by the way, is available everywhere. So when you're making Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, YouTube Shorts, and everything else, it's found everywhere. You just have to learn the name and search for it. But like I said, you'll find it at the front page here on our YouTube channel. And then I just want to mention, because like the chat is flying right now, so thank you everybody, but I hope everyone will connect with all of our moderators. If you've been here for any amount of time, you know I take moderating very seriously. All of the moderators here are dear friends. They have just as much fun as everybody else, I believe, on top of you know, taking that seriously as well. But these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help, you know, and support, because they help me make this look easy, especially when we're moving so fast and I'm missing half the things that are going on. Big Family Expedition is dropping a super chat so that we will look at Matthew's Bushcraft. He's actually a part of that family. So we're going to look at both of those channels in a few minutes. But thank you for the extra generous support. They've done that before, and I really do appreciate that. Henry Leslie, Vermont, I know you've been here since the beginning. I hope I said hello, and I hope I haven't missed anybody else. Greenland Quilter Katie we were talking about, and there's Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She dropped a premiere earlier today, as she does every Sunday. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator, so I'll get her on the wheel. Mona did What is in the house. She's a longtime friend, and there's our featured channel for today. Vintage Style by Joe is the first channel we looked at. And then Greenland Quilter Katie up on the screen right now. This creator came into the Tuber Chat family about a year ago as well. When they came in, they were working on these videos here that were giving us a view on the water around Greenland. So there's mountain views and icebergs and glaciers and all kinds of stuff here. And I've come to learn a lot about this channel. They've got a podcast going on. Many months ago, they did some shopping videos which were actually different. And sometimes, you know, that kind of thing could be a refreshing change on a channel. The podcast continues. They've got a lot of live streams, and they've got a panel full of guests a lot of the time as well. So they're doing these frequently. You can see at least once a week, more often than that most of the time. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well, and most of these are giving us another look around Greenland. So this creator's bringing variety into the shorts videos, even though their focus, of course, is quilting. And they've gotten into 2,900, 3,100 views on a couple of these, which is great to see. And they're also monetized and working on 4,800 subscribers, my dear goodness. And then Go With The Flow Farm, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, so I'll do that right away. Twitch, Andrea, good to see you here. I keep tripping over my words now. We're moving really fast. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you again for that super chat. I know that Crafty Witch 232 will be happy to have had their channel up, and Greenland Quilter Katie has done that a million times before. I counted the other day, and it was actually 1 million, I think. And then Mariana Latrinia is coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then, sorry, I just missed that. Greenland Quilter Katie actually had sent me a message letting me know they just hit that milestone and they flew right past it, which is great to know. That's always exciting, and thank you for that. I just looked at it in the background here. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter occasionally as well. Poetic Tears, good to see you here. They're a member. I'll put them on the wheel right now. And we're going to talk about Mariana Latrinia. This is a channel that recently started coming into the streams here, but frequently. They've been here for probably every stream since they found us. It's at least 3 times if I'm not mistaken. And I'm still learning about the channel, but you see that they mention cooking, vlogs, lifestyle on their banner. When we look through their thumbnails, we get an idea of some of the home cooking that they're doing here, which is great to see. Now, I'm going to grab one of their latest videos. It's from about a month ago, but just to get another piece of content watched here. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen in Tuberchat streams here is that I get to know the channels over time, and then by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos over months, I get to know the content. And then, like I said, anybody can reach out. I'm always happy to get to know creators as well. So Mariana Latrinia has got shorts on the channel which feature even more variety. We can see this is a family-based channel, and then a lot more cooking videos. One of these has gotten into 14,000 views, a pork chop sandwich, so that'll be interesting to see. And then live streams on the channel, more cooking and baking going on here as well. So I'll be looking forward to catching you in a live stream. We've got quite a few friends that bring live streams from the kitchen, and it looks pretty typical, but I'll be happy to see what you come up with there. So we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and again, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Driving Dailies in the house. We had them as our featured channel the other day. And then oh, Angie's Oddities. I can't imagine people here will probably go. I know you're asking very politely, and everybody here wants to support others, but the key is always supporting other people first. So usually I wouldn't go quite so far and ask. However, if you want to invite Becky's Vintage and more here into the Tuberchat streams, my bet is that they could meet that many friends in one day if they wanted to. If anybody does want to go and meet somebody that we know is supportive, that's great too. People are coming in and out of here all the time. But just so everybody knows, the magic really happens when people are here in the chat. And it's easy for me to say, but you know that that's true for if you've been here for any amount of time. I know Angie's Oddities has. Mona did what? Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They're going to head out, but I will look at your channel for sure right after Big Family Expedition and Matthew's Bushcraft. And then right now, Tina Mosho's coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Tina Mosho, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. This is another channel that I'm still getting to know. They've just started coming into the Tuberchat live streams. However, this creator, you'll notice, took over the Stream Boss position, which is that video game life meter under my camera there. And every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure. So that will be Tina Mosho for a little while. I will actually be taking a break. I did have my honey today, Michael's Adventures. I've been trying to be a little bit more on it. And actually, Kristen and I were talking about it. I didn't realize she was using it too, but she is. And she's actually got a source now for some more local stuff. Kyle Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Tina Mosho, let's have a look at their about section. They're going to bring us inspiration and conversation, some interviews, and then a little bit of spiritual inspiration, which is always welcome. I'm always happy to see people using their powers for good. So I'll take this creator's latest live stream replay, and I put that into my catch-up list, and that's that playlist I keep joking about, but it's real. I use the playlist to keep or get caught up with creators, and I'll show you for a second how that works, because I can show you a little trick. So if I go into this catch-up playlist here that I keep talking about, I keep removing the videos from it. This is Precious Gems from the other day, the last video I probably saw and rerun. But what you can do, whether you're on a phone or a web browser, is you can drag the videos into any order that you want. So what I always do is I put the shortest videos at the top and the longest stuff like live stream replays at the end. That way, if I'm going to watch videos, I can see the maximum number. It's very easy to sit and watch 20 videos in an hour when you're watching all 3, 4, and 5 minute ones. And then the longer stuff goes at the end. So if you run out of time, you can just let them run out. And I know everybody's happy for the watch hours. You'll literally get a solid hour of watch time out of me on those replays, an hour and a half it looks like. And then Blessed to Crochet is in the house, the Cam fam. Good to have you back. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think I said hello to A Simple Family Lifestyle. I hope so earlier. And then, Kyle Vlogs. Yeah, let me know if there's something that I can clarify. But I know a lot of people will be talking about visiting your house, leaving packages and things like that. They just mean they're visiting your channel and leaving a comment on a video that they're watching before subscribing. Because YouTube is very, very, very strict and always has been about sub for sub, view for view, hours for hours, and all that other stuff. So we really don't talk about subscribing here, even though everybody's kind of subscribing to the channels that they're talking to and connecting with, because you are not allowed on YouTube to subscribe to somebody just because they subscribe to you. You're not allowed to have them watch your video just because you watch their video. So it's not an unwritten rule. It's in the guidelines in terms of service. They really dance around it quite a bit. But we all know that YouTube doesn't want that behavior. What we're looking for here is solid and strong foundations for our channels that are made with friendships that start between creators. So forgive me if I got all that out of context, but I'm sure everybody here knows what I mean. I know we got a few fairly new channels in the chat that have only been with us a couple times, and I don't know how much they've heard about these speeches that I usually give. Together We Travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Six Bows is back, is another friend that's been with us for probably 5 years by now. Pretty close to it. And I'll get them onto the wheel because they happen to be a member. And we're going to take that break that Michael's Adventures was recommending a moment ago. So we're going to come back with Rocky Top Sports Talk. But Tina Mosho, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then, right before we take this break, I'm just going to play for you a clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Superchat channel, and they're extremely informative. What I tried to do is ask the featured creators for their opinion, knowing that they've been with us for years. They're going through all the things we're going through, but they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. So Blaise is in the house, and we're just about back. We're looking at Rocky Top Sports Talk, and this is a longtime friend. We're going to talk about their channel in a quick second. This is Rocky Top Scratcher with another channel. The Stock Explorer is in the house, and I'll get them onto the wheel. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And just for a second, I'm going to show everybody something because I forgot to do something before we started. So let's just show how easy it is to share on Reddit and on Twitter. So I'll do Twitter first because everybody knows about this. Obviously, we can... Oh, never mind. It logged me out. Oh, come on. For a year it works, and then when I want it, it doesn't want to work. It's just as fast on X or Twitter to do what I'm doing here, and forgive my whining and complaining. But on Reddit, all you do is click that button after you're already logged in. You select your community. They're called subreddits. It's almost like Facebook groups, right? People can share images and links and then discuss those things. So we've got a community called Superchat, of course. Anybody can post their videos here. And then we'd like you to let us know if it's a video or a live stream or something else. But what we'll do is I have special ones for Superchat. So I'll select my flair on my post, they call it. And it's really that simple. I can just post. You can schedule these too if you want to, if you have something coming up. But I just wanted to show everybody how easy that can be. And, oh my dear goodness. Be nice if I wasn't doing everything so clunky today. Rocky Top Sports Talk is a new channel from our friend Rocky Top Scratcher. They dropped a super chat earlier, so we're looking at their channel right away. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a few minutes. Yeah, you know, I use Reddit like every 3 days for like a year. I don't even remember the last time I logged out, and for whatever reason it's not there. But you know, thank goodness we're live, right? And yeah, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Real Outdoor Living, good to see you in the house. And then, Kyle Vlogs, for me to sit there and try to log in, it's going to ask me for authentication codes and emails and every other thing. And then, yeah, I don't want to waste everybody's time. That was bad enough. But sometimes I like to show that stuff. I forgot to do all the social media shares before we started, so it's kind of remarkable that we're having such an explosive beginning to the stream when I do that. But handicapped traveler struggling with the chat, I bet. Yeah. And then, yeah, Reddit can be an evil place, but in our community, everybody's meant to share videos about anything there, so you should get nothing but encouragement. I have heard that a few people have gotten some traffic out of it. Not a lot. You're not going to get 100 people just because you posted in our Reddit community, but you might get a few. The way that Reddit works is like every other social network, it's like a search engine. So when you put a link anywhere at all, it's possible it will show up in search results if somebody's looking for that. The people in the community see it in a feed like a Facebook group, and it has a chance of hitting the home page for people who might find it to be appropriate recommendation, if that makes any sense. And then, Blessed to Crochet. Yes, thank you for that. I don't know why I never thought of that. Probably because I set up the page so long ago and haven't thought about changing it. But you're right, yeah. Blessed to Crochet says we should add a flare for shorts. I certainly should, in case anybody wants to share those over there. You can share other things too, but it's just to let everybody know. And then we do have a Facebook group as well. Everybody can share their videos there. So, forgive the silliness. When we're looking at Rocky Top Sports Talk, we're looking at a new channel, Talking Sports, obviously, from the same creator we know from Rocky Top Scratcher. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put this into my catch-up list again. And this creator, this is a perfect size video to connect with. We're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. This one's almost 5 minutes. Perfect. And then, I wonder if, I I'm not sure what you mean, call vlogs, if you're asking me, unless you're asking somebody else something in the chat. So forgive me for that. Shorts on this channel have already gotten into 400 and 500 views. They're posting really well for a channel that just started, and then 52 subscribers, which is great to see. And then I'm just going to copy their handle out of here, Rocky Top Scratcher. This is where this creator's doing some lottery ticket scratching, which I would have never known was such a huge category and genre if it wasn't for YouTube. And there is a vibrant community of lottery ticket scratchers and casino game players as well. Slots and things like that. I kind of group those together at times, but a lot of generous creators behind these channels as well. So Rocky Top Scratcher, I've seen the last few videos, but maybe I'm just going to take something else. Give you a few minutes of watch time here. I'll put that into my catch-up list from about a month ago. This creator as well has got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,200 and 2,400 views over here. So they're no stranger to shorts. And then live streams. They've done a few of these up to a couple weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to continue. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Thank you, Radio Jonesy. Let me make sure you're still on the wheel. During those breaks, when we go, I often clear the wheel out a little bit for anybody I haven't seen in 20 minutes or a half an hour, but members and moderators are always added back onto the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. So, Oki's Eden is up on the screen right now. And Nisa Faraway is about to be added to the wheel. It's interesting, Oki's Eden, I'm surprised this is the first time we're looking at your channel. They've been here several times before. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video, a potato salad video, which will be interesting. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I'm just having a look at the shorts and live streams on this channel for a moment here. We had this influx of homesteading channels come into the Superchat community, probably getting on 4 years ago now, pretty close to it. And that community's just exploded even within our family here. So, Oki's Eden, thank you again. They dropped a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And when you're back here the next time, we'll be subscribed already. And Big Family Expedition is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then I'm just finishing up something in the background there. And there it is. And then Big Family Expedition. They actually wanted us to look at another channel first, and we'll do that in a quick second here. So Big Family Expedition is an interesting story about a family that was living on the road, and then they kind of planted their feet on the ground for a little while, and then hit the road again. So what they did was customized a schoolie, as they like to call them, a bus. Here it is right here, like an old school bus. and they turn this into a home for the family so they could be on the road, and they're traveling all over the place. They just went to Alaska and back through Canada on the west coast there, and then they just went on a cruise, which is interesting as well. I have to admit I ran this video but didn't watch it, so I'm going to put it back in my catch-up list because I actually want to see this. I am always interested in cruising content. And then Big Family Expedition brings us about their different expeditions. And some of the shorts here have done well. We see this getting into 27 and 2,800 views. One over 11,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They might bring these back. They were doing these as a series. Unfortunately, I never caught one at the time. Now, inside that family, you're going to notice one of the family members, Matthew's Bushcraft. This creator is bringing us videos that teach survival skills that people of all ages can learn. And you read about that in their About section here. And this creator's got a new video from just a few days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with them a little bit as well. And Matthew's Bushcraft is here with us for just about every stream as well. I can't even, forgive me if I've already asked this and you've already told me. I can't remember. I think Matthew's Bushcraft found us first, and then Big Family Expedition started coming into the Tuber Chat streams as well. But I might be mistaken about that. But it's great to see a family so supportive, especially when one member's going to go off and start their own channel. And they're doing really well over here. Some of the shorts have gotten into 2,200, 2,800 views already. And they're at 211 subscribers. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. And then Angie's Oddities. You don't think the husband would like it? I can't imagine anybody not liking a cruise. But Real Outdoor Living says they're converting a bus as well. We've got another dear friend, Hope Bus, that was actually neighbors of ours here in Canada, only from about a half an hour away. We visited them a couple of times. They customized a larger bus, but they actually are living the dream. They took off. They've got their land, and they're growing their chickens and other livestock, and I was lucky enough to hear from them recently. That channel, again, is called Hope Bus. And then Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is in the house. Tim Mitchell's gifting a handful of memberships. He's done that many times before. And we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we're going to have Tim Mitchell and his other two channels up right after Mona Did What. But thank you again, Big Family Expedition, for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. And then Andy from Aceflaw 1 says he loves cruising. Yep, I've only ever been once. I worked on a cruise ship for one summer, but I recommend it all the time. Kristen and I are hoping to get something like that going maybe next year. I have a new gig, and my vacation time starts at the beginning of next summer, which is the wrong time for us to go, but maybe around next Christmas we'll do something like that. If we can, we'll see. And then Paulzilla 911 has a different way of cruising. Yes, one of my favorite ways to cruise. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Big Family Expedition and Matthew's Bushcraft. They're both longtime friends. And then Mona Did What is coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
When we went to, when we went through the COVID situation, everybody around the world, there was obviously a lack of any travel content, cruising content, anything like that. And then as soon as the restrictions laid up there was just an explosion of travel and especially cruising content. And we've got an influx that came in here a couple of years ago now, bringing all kinds of travel and cruising content more than ever before. And obviously the ships are bigger than ever before. There's more to do than ever before, and it's really something else. And then, yeah, Angie's Oddities. Canada is definitely a beautiful place. We've got a lot to offer up here. I'm very lucky. I live in Niagara Falls with Kristen Welton for beyond 9 years now, but that's the honeymoon capital of the world. It's a tourist destination, and it's just as beautiful as anything else in Canada, I'll tell you that. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat right now. On Maid of the Mist, yeah, Handicap Traveler. We still haven't gone. Canada has its own version of Maid of the Mist. They just alternate when they go through the water, but I talk about that during my streams out there. And then Kyle Vlogs is going to go on a cruise, which is great to know. We probably talk about cruising almost every stream because we have so many cruising channels, not just travel channels, but literally cruising channels. And then we've got lots of creators that bring a little bit of that whenever they can, which is great to see and great to know. And then, yeah, that will be cool, Kyle Vlogs. I always thought it'd be fun to go on a cruise during New Year's or Halloween or, you know, one of those big events. When I worked on the cruise ship, it was in the summer, so I got to experience a July 4th celebration, which as a Canadian, we don't see that. We have Canada Day on the 1st. It's a bit different and certainly not as hyped up as July 4th. Mona Did What is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime dear friend, and her channel is just flying. She's doing really, really well. But if you are able to catch this creator, you're going to find that her channel is full of friends. I'm going to hit some notifications here for some live streams. We do that for every premiere and live stream that we see, whether or not we think we can be there. It's just to send a signal of engagement and encouragement into the YouTube algorithm, if that makes any sense at all. And then you'll see this creator is often creating, but always smiling, always laughing. You'll see in a few minutes or a few seconds when I put the shorts page up, she's dancing and having a great time. And Mona Did What is going to bring us a lot of quilting and sewing ideas. What's interesting about this particular creator, though, is she's going to help us avoid some of the mistakes that can be made when we're sewing and quilting, but she's also going to show us how to fix some of the mistakes that we make when we are sewing and quilting, let's just say. I'm just going to grab the latest video that she's got here, and she put this out yesterday. I'll put that into my catch-up list. She's got 900 videos, though. That makes 900 for her, and she's well beyond 11,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. So monetized, of course, and she's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family for as long as I can remember. She's been with us at least 4 years, if not longer than that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mona Did What. And then Tim Mitchell is coming up. She dropped a super chat. I know she's gone already, but Mona Did What, thank you for that. And Tim Mitchell, thank you for the gifted memberships again.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Yeah, Kyle Vlogs, it'll be cool to know where you're going to go. If you can get some footage while you're there, that'll be great. I know creators sometimes live stream. One of these days, I'm going to get into a panel maybe with some of our cruising friends. I know PK Adventure Travels should be here right now. Foodies Vacations is here. I would love to know why everybody doesn't stream more when they're on a cruise ship. And I wonder if it's because of the restrictions with the internet. I know you can buy internet packages, but I just wonder, is it not strong enough, or are the cell phone plans too expensive to be doing that? Or is it just everybody's enjoying themselves, which they should be doing, and not filming as much as I would have expected? I'm just curious to know. Because for those of us who watch, we want more content, right? So we're wondering, why aren't you streaming 24 hours a day? But we know nobody can do that as well. Oh, and then thank you. Yeah, Paulzilla911, Rock Chick Beauty's a longtime dear friend as well. She's been with us from the beginning, probably 5 years from the UK. Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships. Anybody who's been here lately has seen he's done that a million times before. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. I know I say it every time, but it's true. But I really do appreciate it. I know the recipients will be happy to have those memberships as well. And Nisa Faraway, thank you for that super chat. I'm going to get your channel up next for that reason as well. Oh, the internet isn't consistent. I'm shocked that somebody doesn't get on them about being the best. If one of the cruise ships was the best at that, they would probably get a lot of these influencers, not just from YouTube, but Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else, right? All that metal stops the Wi-Fi? Okay, different than I might have thought. Yeah, I thought they'd have that handled by now. I'd be bringing my own Starlink. I'd be bringing my own Starlink, and I'd be putting it wherever I could. Not that I know that would help. You know, I'm just grasping at straws here. Oh, and then, yeah, PK Adventure Travels. That's too much, for sure. I'm sure it will improve. I'm just whining and complaining. Not that I ever usually do that, but... yeah, newer ships have better internet, says Foodies Vacations. See, my answer to everything is I want to call them up and say, okay, I'll start a company. I'll outfit all your ships with Wi-Fi and have a tech around to do support when it's needed. Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. This creator actually produces videos for 2 other channels. We'll look at those in another moment here, but he also makes videos for himself, usually outdoor content. 300 subscribers, which is a great and exciting milestone. And then, oh, I might have accidentally done something horrible there. Pardon me while I'm clicking around. Tim Mitchell has got some outdoor content, like I said, 300 subscribers, but they've got some shorts as well, and they mix up some different outdoor content here, but it's done really well. 1,000 views, 1,400 views, 1,800 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So he's usually on the road. I caught him last week. Hopefully I'll catch you again for another one of these. He tends to go, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so he tends to be on in the middle of the day. If I have an early day home from work, I can catch him occasionally. Just Jason Keto wants to install free internet for a free cruise. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if this is true. I heard a long time ago, well, while I was working there. It's forever ago. It's 1996, so it's like eons ago, right? But when I was working there, they said they often will trade with different influencers of different kinds back then. Like, let's say you're a financial expert. You can give everybody a half-hour talk twice a week about, you know, how to get out of debt, how to improve your credit rating, how to stay out of debt, you know. Or, you know, if you have any talent at all, you know, how to, if you're a magician, if you're, they always have magicians, but you know what I mean. If you're a magician or a comedian, I happen to be a DJ, but I was there all the time. But they will trade, apparently, for the entertainment. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know if it's still the case, but it's what I heard at the time. Thank you, Giovanna Casadio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But thank you for that, and forgive me for not saying hello before. I did see you in the chat. I don't think I caught your name, but it's great to have had you here. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And then Tim Mitchell as the producer of 2 other channels, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And this is Chef CV with 600 subscribers. My goodness, you guys are hitting milestones on the same day. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is going to bring us into the kitchen to show us some really exotic meals and dishes. And interestingly, they let a lot of the viewers pick the ingredients that are going to go on this Wheel of Misfortune, as they like to call it. It's It's an interesting way to interact with the viewers, but really, really cool and challenging. Obviously, for Chef CV, they're also going to help us navigate the kitchen, understand some of the appliances and cookware and bakeware and things like that we're going to encounter. This creator's on a roll with shorts here, starting to move into 1,200 and 1,300 views on a couple of these, and then live streams as well. So they're live every week, and then they're live actually tonight. Is it going to be right after Tuber Chat? I think you said 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I know I've asked this 100 times already. Forgive me. Let me see if I can go back and figure this out. 100 times I've asked, but I think, and I do this to Kristen all the time, where I actually think I'm listening to the answer, and then when it comes up, I forget. If they're live right after Tuber Chat tonight, then I'll read in. I'll just make a note for myself. Those ones I look at. Those notes I actually look at. when I know we're about to end the stream, I look at my notebook for a second, and then. Normally, yes. He said, Rich Cat Ranch, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let me get you onto the wheel for a quick second here. We're going to move things along in another second. Oh. Okay, thank you, Tim Mitchell. Otherwise, it would be every week. Yeah, I wondered if I was crashing right into you today, but thank you for that. And then let's have a look at the other channel here, the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. And hopefully she's going to be feeling better soon. But thank you for that. And the unofficial, official off-topic squirrel. So you'll notice that Tim Mitchell and Chef CV are always together. They've got a story on the other channel that I just showed, talking about how they originally met. It's a great story. I like those kinds of things. But this is another channel that gives us a behind-the-scenes look and a chance to get to know Chef CV a little bit better. They're bringing complimentary content. And this channel will see a lot of shorts videos. These are starting to move towards 1,000 views as well. One of them's already there. And then live streams on this channel are about once a month. Sometimes they mix things up. So they've got a couple of extra streams this week, which is great, but they did one yesterday. So hopefully everybody will head over, maybe watch that replay, give some words of encouragement. So Chef CV has some positivity. Maybe it will help get her better a little bit faster. We all know what it's like to be under the weather. And then, okay, thank you, Paulzilla911. Actually, yes. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll plan for that. Paulzilla, if you're still going to be on when we're 2 hours from now, then we'll write in. And then Florida Claimers Ted is in the house. Good to see you here. And Tim Mitchell, thank you again for those gifted memberships. Like I said, he's done that countless times before. He gifted 5 memberships again today.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Yeah, I feel like I'm screaming at the camera. This is why I lose my voice so easy. And then Nisa Faraway is up on the screen. So thank you one more time, Tim Mitchell. Right after he gifted those memberships, Nisa Faraway came in with a super chat. They've done that many times before as well. They're monetized now and well beyond 3,000 subscribers, but they're posting content like crazy. Nisa Faraway is somebody I've had conversation with outside of YouTube as well. And like I keep saying, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then thank you, Paulzilla911. I'll just have a look when we're finished, then I'll make sure that we get over there then. And then Nisa Faraway, this channel has always reminded me of National Geographic. You get that idea from the thumbnails because it's not even just typical wildlife that they're bringing, but a lot of exotic animals and things like that. The videos are very informative. You'll get the idea right away, even if I roll over a couple of these, of how they're getting these produced. But they're doing a great job both here and with things like Instagram Reels and obviously YouTube Shorts. I've got their latest video ready to watch. They've got into 1,500, 1,700 views on some of these. I'm imagining they're reposting these on TikTok and Instagram and everything else too, right? It's a lot of work, all these social networks. I remember in the very beginning, I literally have been here from the start, when CompuServe and AOL were a thing, when people were using web browsers and search engines like Alta Vista and Netscape Navigator to look at Excite and Lycos and all this stuff. So I know I'm aging myself when I say that, but literally from the beginning. And when that stuff started, when email came out, I was like, oh, now we got to update the website. Now we got to monitor our email address. And then when MySpace came out and Friendster, it's like, oh, now we got to check those every day. And then Facebook and Twitter, and it's like, oh, now we got 2 more things to do every day. But if you have the time, then it can really help cross-promoting a lot of these videos, especially if you're able to post different content on different networks geared towards the audience. But either way, anything we can do certainly helps, even if you have to repurpose the stuff, and I've done a lot of that as well. And then, thank you, Kyle Vlogs, for the community post as well. And then, Nisa Faraway, hopefully everybody will connect with. I took their latest video so I can go and watch that, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about with the exotic wildlife, as I like to call it, and a look like National Geographic on this channel. This is an interesting story, too, because Nisa Faraway, actually, in the very beginning, I hope they don't mind me mentioning it, but they actually got denied for monetization, but were able to figure that out and then get monetized the second time around, which is really cool. I think it was for reused content, but they solved it, which is great, because it's wonderful when we have people that are able to share the things, both negative and positive, that go on with their YouTube channels. And of course, as the host of Superchat, I'm lucky a lot of people reach out and let me know some of the things that they see. But Nisa Faraway is one of those creators, so I promise you they care very much about the YouTube journey and those of us in the Superchat family, because they shared that experience with me as well for the betterment of all of us. So let's think about spinning the wheel. And thank you again, Nisa Faraway, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Tim Mitchell, I probably won't be live on Sundays for another 3 weeks. But when I'm going to be on there again, I'm going to try to remember and line it up so that I can raid into yours on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. We'll try to plan that. Anybody is free to ask for a raid anytime. We usually set them up in advance, and I try to share the love between all different creators, right? So these are just ideas. But again, anybody can reach out. Let's look at Just Jason Keto, or almost, because we're going to take a break now, of course. He'll laugh. But at least it wasn't a 3-hour wait today. And right before we take that break, I'll play a clip from that interview series again. Just little bits of information, but these are videos now and listed as a podcast. Extremely informative, because all of the conversations are longer than an hour, and all of the creators featured are friends of mine through the Superchat family. They've been through and are still going through all the same things that we are. They've passed their 10,000 subscribers, but there's a lot that we can learn from all of them. I, like everybody else, strive to improve and get better over time. I see Rebecca LaPrince Rebecca LaPrince, coming in. I've got them on the wheel. Big Boy Snacks Johnny TV, I caught them for a live stream the other day. Yeah, and then Tim Mitchell, yeah, forgive me. Like I said, I think I've got to aim for 3 weeks from now, because when I do this every 3 days routine, it should line up 3 weeks later. I only move them if I absolutely have to, but I think I've got the calendar set right to Halloween, and then I'm going to skip Halloween and go the next day, because I know so many people have Halloween streams and things like that, and I want to catch that content too. Be Amazing Sylvia is in the house. I'll get them onto the wheel. She's very patient because she's the next creator that's going to be featured in our interview series, and I still haven't got that episode edited and ready to go. I had to change everything. It's just an excuse, but I literally had to upgrade my operating system, and it knocked half my programs out. That's the way Mac works. If you don't keep everything updated all the time, then when you do go to do a major upgrade, you find yourself having things not work for a second. They work very easily when you reinstall, but you got to reinstall a bunch of stuff. And then Sixpose is back, has an interesting way of looking at raids. She's been with us from the beginning as well. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. And then we'll come right back after this clip.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're the master of this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna fly up, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has, like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail and that did make a big difference. Like that what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought it was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're gone for 3.5 minutes. I'm right back. right, we're just about back and looking at Just Jason Keto, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. Somebody I've actually met up with a few times in real life. So Just Jason Keto is now long over 6,000 subscribers. This creator found a bit of an explosion on their channel a while back. I'm going to talk about his content in a quick second here, but I know that Kyle Vlogs just asked about interviews on this channel. Interviews have always been a thing, whether it's radio or television. That's been going on for, getting on 100 years now. And it's an obvious way to change the content on your channel, right? Because everybody gets to hear the same things from me all the time. I know YouTube changes, things change, but especially our moderators and friends that are here often hear the same stuff from me over and over and over and over again. So it's great to get somebody else's perspective, because I don't want to have anybody think that I think I know everything. Even when it sounds like that. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, even when it sounds like that. Sometimes I speak pretty quick. I trip over my words and stuff like that, like anybody else. But I want for all of us to learn as much as we can from each other, myself included, so that we can all do better. And these interviews give us an opportunity to talk to people who are doing exactly what we're doing the way we've been doing it, as loyal and dedicated supporters for literally years, only knowing that now they've passed 10,000 subscribers, which I assume is a milestone everybody here wants to get to at some point. And it's great to hear what they have to say. They don't all say the same things I would, and they don't all say the same things as each other as well. So we can take everything we learn, add it to what we already know and what we're going to continue to learn, so that we can make the best decisions for ourselves and our channel. So, interviews are obvious. Lots of people do interviews on their channels. I've done them occasionally here. And it's just a great way to get a different dynamic into the content and change things up. You never know what somebody else is going to come up with or what somebody else is going to say. Just Jason Keto does a lot of interviews on his channel. When I say interview, they really turn into a lot of friendly conversation. That's the case on Just Jason Keto's channel also. He's usually talking keto-based diet or lifestyle, so healthy eating, healthy living. But he's also brought us like a homesteading hangout where he's got some of his most loyal and dedicated supporters with YouTube channels, something a little bit different for the channel to bring an interview and conversation, let's just say. And then the interview started here after the first year. Episode 100 has the first interview, or co-host, if you want to put it that way. So that was probably 4 years ago. Just Jason Keto is going to bring us a lot of recipes and product reviews on his channel as well. They're going to help us understand the ingredients that are going to affect us when we consume some of our favorite treats and dishes and condiments and all the other things we're going to find. Once in a while, he really does something different. Once a year, he puts out a hummingbird video. Occasionally, he does product reviews, usually of things like this vacuum sealer, or a barbecue or Dash Mini chaffle makers, or he might be unboxing a GoPro. Once in a while, he brings a little more variety by taking us on a trip if he's going to head out and visit somewhere. And then he's been known to bring us informative content from literally hundreds of miles away. He's probably got over 100 chaffle recipes on his channel. He's very known for those, but he's got tons of other recipes as well. A lot of innovative ideas. A lot are his creations, not necessarily just inspired from others. And he accepts challenges, and I think he puts out challenges too for other creators where they make different types of things they might not have otherwise thought of or attempted. And then Just Jason Keto as well is going to give us shorts on the channel up to 5,000 and 6,000 views. One of them has 22,000. I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining and worth a watch. Healthy looking and grilling shorts seem to do really, really well, getting into the thousands of views. And live streams feature sometimes guests like this. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. Rocking Keto Amy was on just Thursday night. Forgive me, Jason, I don't know how I missed your video last night, or Friday night, but I missed it again. And then, but I've got it in my queue to watch. And then sometimes it's Jason by himself, giving us a chance to get to know him. And he mixes up things on the live stream as well. Sometimes he does a cook-along live stream. There's the homesteading hangout I was talking about. He's threatened to do another one of those pretty soon. And Just Jason Keto as well, like I said, had a bit of an explosion on his channel a while back. I'll have to find the video. I'll see if I can figure this out now. He had a video get to... It's not, it's right here. Here it is. 25,000 views on this video. That's not a short, right? And not too long after that, he had one come up to 14,000, which is great to see. A lot of the videos right before and after those felt some of the wave, getting into 500 to 1,000 views on those as well. The barbecue always does well for him, 5,000 over there, which is great to see. And we just never know. Some of the videos get their 500 views, some get into 1,000 and beyond. But we're building a catalog of content. So eventually what happens is when it's your turn, if you want to call it luck or anything else, YouTube comes along and the algorithm takes a few of your videos and makes them fly. And then Logan Lewis, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts dropped a super chat. So we're going to look at their channel right after A Simple Family Lifestyle, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Just Jason Keto that we just looked at, though, is a longtime dear friend and a beloved and dedicated moderator. All the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other, but they all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I feel like I might have. Now, A Simple Family Lifestyle dropped a super chat a little while ago, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. This creator is going to bring us lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, and other experiences, including positivity through motivational quotes. So I'm always happy to see creators using their powers for good, inspiring others. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. Some of the videos are quite short here, but the latest ones are perfect to connect with. They got a 4-minute video here, a 10-minute video here. I'm just going to put another video into my catch-up playlist there just to get another piece of content watch. I'm going to take an older one here from a few months ago. I'll put that in that playlist. That'll give me another piece of content, like I said, to see. They've done a couple of vlogs lately, which is great, and these shorts have gotten into 1,600, 1,900 views, 2,500, and even 3,700 views on some of these, which is great. A little bit of variety there, some more cooking videos mixed in, and then live streams on the channel. Now, these are some of those, I really am trying to figure out a name for these types of live streams, but pleasing audio, pleasing visuals to go along with it, and an opportunity for people to trickle in and out and connect with each other in the streams. Lots of creators are doing this lately. Simple Family Lifestyle seems to be live. Is it every day? Pretty close. Yeah, it's almost daily. So lots of opportunity to connect with them, push them towards the 500 subscribers they're thinking about. We know it's an exciting and important milestone, and then lots of opportunity to meet friends while you're over there.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Globies Travels, forgive me, I might have not said hello. I know you've been here for a while. And then Yeah, Six Bows is back is actually doing really well also. That's a creator that's been with us from the beginning. She streams all the time. She really shares her life. And I think that, and she's super fun. But I think that those things all together are what has her like really, really growing, because a lot of us, I can say, like, we came up together, right? I'd been on YouTube for a couple of years already, but I wasn't involved in the small YouTuber community until about a year, a little bit less, before we started Tuberchat. And I say we because a lot of people were involved in helping this channel grow. And Six Bows has been with us pretty much from the beginning. Another, creator who's been here 5 years, as long as Michael's Adventures, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, The Stock Explorer, Scratch and PPA. It's something else to see all of these creators where we all know we started at zero, and then we're all moving up. It's not a race, but it's just great to see so many friends coming up together and not forgetting about each other and where we've come from and stuff like that as well. It's important to me. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is up on the screen. They also dropped a super chat. Thank you, A Simple Family Lifestyle, for the same thing. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts has been a longtime friend. They're looking forward to making some new content, but you see that they're working on 400 subscribers as well, so it likely won't be long before they get there. They have a lot of fun on their banner, as you can see, and they are going to bring us a variety of homemade crafts and creations. And then they've got shorts on their channel as well. And this features more variety, like most creators in the Tuberchat family, regardless of category or niche. They bring variety into the shorts videos. But one of these has got 1,100 views, another at 1,500, and one at 10,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And maybe we can push them a little bit closer to the 400 we know that they're thinking about right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Butler Family Farm is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. This is a bit of an interesting story because they've been using the YouTube promotion system to grow the channel very rapidly. They've gone from 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers in just a couple of months. YouTube has a legitimate way that you can promote your channel through advertising. You have to put a lot of consideration into whether or not you want to do something like that with your channel, but we've got a few people around here, and Butler Family Farm has got some friends that have done the same thing. They're willing to share information and let you know what they think about it. But Butler Family Farm's got their check mark right now. I'm imagining their play button's coming soon. They're almost at 110,000 subscribers already. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got 116 acres of farmland to share with us, so essentially homesteading type content, but they've got a lot to look after. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and more. They've got bees on their farm. They're thinking about koi, and they're going to bring us for auctions and harvest. They're going to bring us into their home. They're going to make their own honey. They're going to make their own tools. Jerry's going to make all kinds of stuff in the shop, a lot of woodworking. They are busy all the time. This is Jerry and Susan together. They actually share the camera work, share the videos over here. They just got back from a cruise. They were on the Cruise in Alaska 25 project that was started with Rambling with the Brooms and Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. They had a lot of YouTubers on there and some supporters as well, I believe. They have got a lot of shorts here that have done really well, getting into 10,000 and 12,000 views. One at 53,000, which is still growing. And they're live every week. So they just did a live stream from Seattle the other day. And the understanding is that they might have met up with Chef Seavey and Tim Mitchell for dinner in Seattle right after this live stream, which is a cool idea. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And then Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan, could be at home, giving us a chance to get to know them. They could be on the road on an exotic trip like this, or they might be heading out for a lot of meetups. They meet up with a lot of creators, sometimes just a handful, sometimes 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, and they usually live stream from some of those larger meetups. Otherwise, they have a lot of StreamYard panels where they've got guests that come on their channel as well, and they do a lot of giveaways. They're on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern as a minimum. It's a great chance to get to know them, and you'll meet a lot of friends over there as well. They encourage everybody to connect with each other in a similar way to what we do here. Hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. And then Huga Homestead is in the house. Jody Genealogy has come in as well. I caught her for a live stream the other day. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then that's great. Yeah. I'm glad you got to meet up. I got a situation happening right now where Canadian Family Life is coming to Ontario. They're going to be about 6 hours away. But between my work schedule and the wedding that they're coming here for, I don't know if we're going to get a chance to meet up. So I sit there and I wonder to myself, you know, the regret of not meeting somebody in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You want to do everything you can to make sure that you make it. I'm just unsure. But I would love to do that. I've met up with a few creators, like Scott came with us to dinner with Brampton Gardner, Kristen Welton, Just Jason Keto, and that was a great time, and we hope to do more of those. But like I said, just between our work schedule and trying to keep Tuber Chat going, it might be a tough thing. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But I'm always happy to see creators meet up because, you know, like I said, it can be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I look forward to more of that, hopefully not too long from now. Hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm, like I was saying. And then I notice that we just had a super chat dropped from Rebecca LaPrince. And I'm just going to get their channel up onto the screen right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up there as soon as those things happen.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Pardon me, and then forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat as well. And what we're looking at with Rebecca LaPrince, this is another channel I'm still getting to know. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section. They keep it simple, they say. They've got some lifestyle. They talk about expressing themselves. Freedom is the idea. Some beauty, some self-care, some self-love to go along with that. Some fashion, some cooking. And hopefully everybody will catch them for some of this. Rebecca LaPrince is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And when we look at what they've got going on their videos, they seem to be really doing well in the latest videos. Now, they got 7,800, which is great. They're going to have 7,900 soon. I'm just going to grab the latest video, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This is a creator that I'm still getting to know. So I've got their latest video into my catch-up list so I can catch up a little bit, get another piece of content watched. And then we look at shorts on this channel, and we see that these have gotten into 13,000, 35,000. One of their shorts videos at 700,000 views. Wow, which is great to see. And then live streams on this channel as well. So they seem to do these pretty frequently. Lots of cooking going on during the live streams more than anything else. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. Of course, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then Rich Cat Ranch is gifting a handful of memberships as well. So thank you for that. They've done things like that many times before. Rich Cat Ranch has been with us for a few years by now. Also, we're going to look at their channel right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then, Jason, forgive me, I keep missing everything that you're saying in the chat. You mentioned something earlier in the stream when I talked about cruising, but I think you said recently that you're going to the West Coast, like you're going out to Vancouver, British Columbia, not necessarily Vancouver. I can't remember for the life of me where you said you might be going. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And then, just Jason Keto said they're hoping to meet up with some West Coast creator friends when they go on their trip. So that'll be interesting to see. And I've been lucky. I live in Niagara Falls, which is actually only a couple hours away from just Jason Keto. But it's not too difficult to get people to visit here. So I've been lucky to meet up with a few friends. Keto Simple, thank you so much for coming in the super chat again. And then I'm going to look at Keto Simple right after Rich Cat Ranch here. I just want to see what they said in their message. Curious if I have any thoughts on how you do your stream or any changes you would make. See, Keto Simple is truly a dynamic creator. I know I throw that word around, and I believe it's absolutely true about most or all of us. And that's because it takes something to get in front of a camera. They say that the number one fear in the world is speaking in front of an audience, and what they really mean is standing on a stage talking to a bunch of people. As far as I know, we all have to do it in school. We have to learn public speaking, at least to a point. And I was lucky I happened to do well at the time, but I watched a lot of other people and just stole, the people who did the best in the grades before me, I just stole their playbook and copied what they basically were doing as a format and did fairly well. But sometimes you see creators that are truly dynamic. I can tell that Keto Simple has an audience that really likes to tune in for their content and conversation, because Keto Simple doesn't just talk about healthy eating and healthy living, much like just Jason Keto. He will talk about just about anything that comes up when it does, although most of his streams, I believe he's on every morning, start with a topic, is what I mean to say. But I've been in there a few times now. I think you're doing a great job. Typically I don't have a lot of criticism, especially for channels that are doing really well. He was doing fantastic today. I can't remember how many people were in your chat, but it's better than average, let's just say, which is fantastic. Keto Simple's a channel that just started coming in a few months ago. He's hammered us with a handful of super chats like this too, so thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And we're going to look at his channel next, so I'll talk more when I get it up on the screen. Oh, I didn't know if it was every day. This morning, I know you were talking about morning streams. I think somebody in the chat was mentioning it. And I literally think I remember somebody talking about the fact that they were upset for missing your content. And you see that from a lot of creators, which is great to see. Actually, I did really well, Canadian Family Life. I was very lucky, but I made a horrible mistake. And it's really too bad because everybody was trying to help me. So I won for my class and I won for my grade. And I probably would have won for the school. We did it from 6th to 8th grade. You have to do it every year. And I probably would have won, or at least got like first or second place, because my speech was the best. And I was pretty good, but the problem is I wasn't projecting my voice. And I know everybody says, like, actually, it's Chocolate Drop calls me Mr. Customer Service because of the way that I speak. It took me years to learn. And when I started working in radio, I understood, because I had to coach professionals on how to talk sometimes. I used to make commercials. So they would read their lines, and then I would have them read it another way. But they taught me how to pull my voice. That's what it's called. When you speak from your diaphragm, as opposed to just speaking the way we normally do. You're talking about projecting your voice, making it louder without raising it. right? People will say, don't raise your voice at me. It's not that. You're just making it clear and you're kind of pushing, but you can feel it in your chest when you do it. And I'm able to do it all the time now. But Keto Simple does it naturally, I believe. And there's a lot of creators that do that kind of thing. But these are just ideas. This is why I say this is truly a dynamic creator. But it's when I say that, most creators here, I'd probably say it about everybody is a dynamic creator. I mean it because it does take something to get in front of a camera and put yourself out there to the world. We all know that there's some negativity on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't cross everybody. I feel like eventually everybody has to go through a little bit of it. I hope that's not the case. And some of it can be brutal. Some of it can be just awful. What I can tell you now, though, is that I've been through it myself, and I've got enough friends personally here on YouTube in the Tuber Chat family and outside that have been through the worst of the worst, that we all just laugh now because we're like, oh, it's the same behavior. It's awful, but it usually disappears after a couple weeks. It's a couple of weeks of sleepless nights and awfulness, but for anybody that has to go through the worst of the worst, there's a great support system around here now where if somebody was to come to me and say, hey, I got trolled the other day, I could say, oh, don't worry, I've seen it 100 times. And be able to say with conviction, truly, that I've seen that could give somebody the confidence that they need to say, don't worry, they will move on. I don't want to get too negative about it, but when we talk about trolling, if anybody does experience that, my number one advice is always to just ignore it. I know it's hard. I know it's almost impossible because these people become professionals at like triggering all of us. They even learn our first names and stuff. That's not that difficult. But if you ignore it, they will eventually move on. And we don't wish it on anybody else, but I promise you, there are people who enjoy it. There are people who like the attention, and even though it's awful and it stresses them out, it's like they want it on their channel. So let the trolls go to them. Just ignore it. And then thank you, Kristen Welton. She's likely only going to be here for a moment, but thank you. She's not asking to be on the wheel. She just says that when she's not going to be here the whole time, or if she's we're usually getting ready for bed right around the end of Tuber Chat. I work early in the morning. I'm in the 5 a.m. club now. Forgive me. I'm getting into all kinds of nonsense here. When we talk about dynamic creators, you'll see that Rich Cat Ranch fits that description very well. I'll skip to their live streams because I caught them for one not too long ago. Is it longer than I think? Yeah, maybe it's a month ago. But you see what I mean? This creator has great presentation on their channel, like much better camera than I've got going on here. I wish I would do a better job, but I use every excuse like everything else. In this channel, what I'm talking about is the least important part of what we're doing. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while everybody's connecting in the chat. So I'll use that as an excuse as well. But you see that this creator obviously is a dynamic host, and a dynamic couple of hosts sometimes, actually. They've got a couple of live streams coming up, so I got notifications on for these, one in a few days and then one later in the month. And this creator, the conversation can go anywhere once they get started. It starts with a topic. They've got shorts on their channel, and these have gotten into 4,800, 8,400, 8,500 views, which is great to see. And this is more homesteading style content. I group farming, ranching, homesteading, along with camping, fishing, hiking, and other outdoor channels, because the content is so similar and the intentions of the creator seem to be similar as well. And then Rich Cat Ranch is going to give you information on their about section about what they're going to bring on their homestead. But you see typical, they're outdoors, they're in the kitchen, and this has been a loyal and dedicated supporter, a generous creator here in the Tuber Chat family for as long as I can remember. I think Rich Cat Ranch is one of the first homesteading channels to come through, so it's got to be 3 years, if not 4 by now. They're working on 4,800 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a perfect video to connect with here. 2 minutes, 59 seconds. It's like right on the edge of the 3 minutes we're always looking for, and plenty longer than that as well. So hopefully everybody will use those to connect with them. And then Chris, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, that's great. Logan Lewis has learned to enjoy public speaking. Yeah, call vlogs. I know it can be tough. Oh, just Jason Keto. Yeah, some of us we have instinct when it comes to the idea of making talking head videos. A talking head video is literally what you see in the live stream here. What I show from Rich Cat Ranch, it looks like, where's the rollover I got to a few minutes ago? Here, like this. If you were making a video like this, talking about anything, that's called a talking head video, essentially. And that's what Jason's talking about. We all have to do the right thing for our channels and our videos. And as confident as I am on camera and as great at speaking as I am and everything like that, if we want to be honest, I found that my videos started doing better when I took myself out of them. And that's mostly for product reviews and things like that. But we have to decide what we want to do, what we're comfortable with, and everything else. I got friends on YouTube that can't stand not to be on the camera every second of every live stream and video. And somebody like myself, I just don't even put myself in my videos. I focus more on the content. But there's no saying that either of those are right or wrong. Right? Sometimes you get creators that have the camera on them too much and people will say, oh, you should focus on the content. Then you get creators that don't put the camera on themselves at all and people say like, well, we'd like to at least see your face and this and that. But you have to make the right decision for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with faceless channels as well. Not everybody needs to put themselves out there. I've been on social media from the beginning, so I just, I don't have a chance to hide even if I wanted to. Jeremy D-Day, good to see you in the house. He's been with me for 6 years, since before Superchat was even a thought. Yeah, and then just Jason Keto. What I have thought about doing lately is more videos of a different type. Let's say I might do some talk about crypto and this and that to help people out. But the idea is not to have talking head videos of myself, but to put my face in the little circle like you see in the sides of Rich Cat Ranch's banner here. You know when you see those videos and the person talking has their head and it kind of can move around and stuff? Maybe something like that is an idea. But again, we all have to decide what we want to do. And I encourage everybody to experiment with different kinds of videos because you never know. Thank you, Nisa Faraway. Rich Cat Ranch, thank you again. They gifted a handful of memberships. They've done things like that before many times. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I know my speeches are getting pretty lengthy again. I'm going to try to cut it down. And Keto Simple dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at their channel. Actually, in a moment, let's take a break. I'll give my voice a rest. We'll go for a few minutes. Little Lego just walked in. Good to see you in the house. And yeah, like Canadian family life, we've all got to do what what's best for our channel. The Stock Explorer, were you just live? Stock Explorer saying stock raid. Are you just coming in with a raid right now? Thank you for that if you are. Oh yeah, they were just live. Here, look. If I accidentally scroll my window too far, it comes up right away as the first live stream. So thank you, Nora. The Stock Explorer is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And then, yeah, forgive me. I know my speeches get long and I trip over my words and everything else. But hopefully everybody gets the positivity and inspiration I'm hoping to have come across. We always have to listen to our audience. But then we also have to decipher for ourselves the things that are true and the things we don't get to hear. I used to complain about this all the time with my friends in radio, right? Here's the problem. So I used to be a DJ for like 25 years. And in the later years, while I was doing a lot of that, I used to hire other DJs because I started running parties and stuff like this. And I had a kid once, and he was a good DJ. I wouldn't say great, but he was good. And boy, did he ever have an attitude. He's like, oh, I was at this club and they loved me. And oh, this crowd loved me. And oh, last week I did a party and it was amazing. I said, dude, I'm telling you something. I know I'm older than you and you don't want to hear it, but you got to calm down with the attitude. I said, you know the reason why I'm booked 5 nights a week and you're booked once in a while? Because I've been told I suck 1,000 times. And you haven't heard that yet. And when you do, maybe it will humble you a little bit. But I don't think I'm great. I'm trying to be great. Every day I'm trying. I'm putting as much as I can into what I'm doing. Every day. Whereas you're busy like, well, I'm great. I can't do any wrong. It may not serve you as well as you think. And I'm not saying I'm right. These are just ideas. But sometimes we hear things like my friends in the radio, like I was saying, they'll get text messages and phone calls that will say, oh, you did something amazing and oh, your mix was wonderful and everything like that. But you have to be able to say in your head, but was it though? Because when you do a live stream or you do a video and people tell you it's wonderful and people tell you it's great, that's wonderful and that is great. But we have to be able to stay grounded. And we have to be able to say, yeah, you know what? I tried something. I tried to do something great, and I'm glad people appreciate it. Or you have to say, well, I know my friends are just trying to big me up a little bit, but, I'm going to try to do better next time. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Again, I don't want to tell everybody what they should or shouldn't do, but these are just ideas that can help us if we constantly strive to improve even one little tiny thing in everything we make. Eventually you're going to have orders of magnitude of improvement, if that makes any sense. So forgive me, I'm going off like crazy today. And then Kristen Walton, my love, thank you for hanging out. A few of our friends have to be shaking their heads like, okay, Kev, stop talking. Let's get to channels. Let's go for another clip from one of these interview series. We'll just rest for another few minutes. I'm really going to start flying through channels, or try to when we get back, because we've got an hour to go. It's lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, but I want to get to as much as we possibly can. And we just have to remember as well that not everything is right for all creators. So somebody like Tiffany, who's so family focused, it's no surprise to me that the audience is asking for more of the family. Whereas somebody like me, I make different content than she does. I do product reviews of devices and gadgets and phone reviews, and I'm trying to look for something I can show you, but anybody here's probably seen enough of that stuff anyway. And when people come to a product review from me, they're looking for the product, and that's it. And if they, want to come and follow me, they'll come to my outdoor live streams and, the other nonsense I do when I just sit there and yap and everything else. So these are just ideas, like I said, but, different audiences are going to want different things from different people. This is why none of us have exactly the same followers. If you have 5,000 subscribers and somebody else has 5,000 subscribers, 4,900 of them are going to be different. It's just the way it is, right? Okay, with the okay, pardon me. Let's just go for a second and then we'll come right back.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just,
Right.
subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like
Yes.
realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now
Yes.
they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. It's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back,
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, we're going to go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. I have a feeling my internet is acting up. So we'll just give it a chance and see. All right, we're just about back, so forgive me. Keto Simple actually dropped a super chat. It feels like it was probably half an hour by now because I was talking so much, but they simply asked if I had any thoughts about the live stream I was in earlier today. I've caught them for a few of them. Actually, it's interesting. This video came up for me in a recommendation. So while I've been like on YouTube, so I haven't seen this yet, but I did see that. So I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. I'm actually interested to know about this, if that's the case, because there's so much talk about our food supply changing in different ways, and I am by no means any kind of an expert. I try to decipher between the extremists I have both on the left and right, sending me a bunch of nonsense telling us everybody's trying to kill us and everything else, but I actually want to hear about some of this stuff. I think it's a great idea to be informed, regardless of what stance we plan to take about any of these things. But I'm curious to know how technology is moving with that and whether it's going to be something we can look forward to or not. This creator's done really well with a lot of their shorts. They've gotten into 24,000, 46,000, 154,000. The idea behind the channel is literally to make keto simple. So we've got a few friends now that are bringing us keto-based channels, not just keto-based content. And there's a lot of information. There's a lot to learn, a lot to know. I find it's really helpful when you have friends that you can talk to about this stuff. And we've got some of these creators that are like living this every day that can help us understand and kind of filter out some of the noise, let's just say. But Keto Simple is expecting to literally keep the idea of keto simple for us. So they're going to do recipes, they're going to do product reviews, they're going to talk obviously about the technological changes, if that makes sense, in the way that some of our food is made. Most of us remember there was a day before Beyond Meat and Impossible Burgers and these kinds of things, and it's interesting for us to be able to know how they're going to affect us. I think I got a video here. The red line isn't all the way across. I'm going to rerun that. That was happening a couple weeks ago again for some reason. So yeah, I've been able to catch these. It seems that I'm catching them on the Sunday morning streams, but I haven't been able to catch these other ones that you're doing. Hopefully I'll catch that. Now you see what I mean. This creator's got a great setup. Their lighting is great. Their mic is great. And they're a truly dynamic creator. You'll get that the second you get there. Second you hear their voice and the way that they talk, you'd be surprised to know they're not some kind of a professional, to be honest with you. And I mean that when I say it. But one of the things that this creator does that I noticed just this morning, I've seen it before, but I noticed it today, is that they really do a good job of keeping up with what everybody does outside of YouTube in the chat. So they've got friends, they've got supporters. These creators are doing different things, living their lives. We all talk about this stuff in the chat, but Keto Simple takes a true interest in their community. So that's something I can give you, not as constructive criticism, but something to say like that I notice that you're doing very well. And I think it's instinctive, actually. And when I say instinctive, I mean that sometimes people just do things naturally. They don't have to learn. They don't have to be taught. We think about leaders. Like, do you have to be a born leader, or is it something that can be learned? I believe it can be learned, but I believe some people have some instinct when it comes to that. Thank you, Kristen Welton, my love. Keto Simple, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, and hopefully I'll catch you again before next Sunday. But I'm in the 5 a.m. club, and I work Monday to Friday, much more than 9 to 5 now. We get to start as early as we want. I have to be available by phone until 5 o'clock, but I'm out when a lot of our friends are streaming, so we'll see. And then, just Jason Keto. Yes, that's a great way to put that. No lab-grown food compared to natural food. Things are changing. I dance around so many of the things that I say. And then Michael's Adventures, my dear friend, he's been with us from the beginning. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, but thank you for this gifted membership.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Logan Lewis, I didn't know that. They started out as a mobile petting zoo, which is interesting. I don't know if you ever saw the joke in The Office where they talk about a two-way petting zoo where you pet the animals and they pet you back. I can't help but laugh every time I even think about that. I know it's not everybody's kind of humor, but yeah, Logan Lewis, that's interesting to know that, though. And it's great to see things that grow and flourish, as a matter of fact. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I did remove some names from the wheel, so as long as everybody's still active, our members and moderators will be put up there. And then, I haven't added names to the wheel from our chat list yet. Let me do that right now. I've got a ChatBot that keeps track of how things are going in the chat in the background here. Rushing Wind Mountain. I'm going to get onto the wheel right this second, and Fuzzy Adventures and more. No, it is actually kind of funny. It's not a real thing. That's a joke from the TV show The Office, which I obsess over. It's one of my favorites ever. Michael's Adventures is a dear friend. He's been with us, like I said, from the beginning, a beloved and dedicated moderator. All of our moderators are people who care very much about the YouTube journey, their fellow creators, and those of us in the Superchat family, even beyond their own communities. They care deeply, and they go over and above. Michael's Adventures has asked me a zillion times, anybody that I know that needs help where he can run playlists for people, help with watch hours and things like that. And that's one of the things that I think makes him special in particular. Always thinking about doing much more, and specifically not even wanting or asking in return. I'm assuming that that's because he just, instinctively understood he's going to get where he needs to based on what we're doing in this community and everything else. But it speaks to his generosity. So I hope everybody will connect with him. What he brings us is nature and wildlife. Sometimes he takes us for walk and talk type videos. He's been known to play a slot game or scratch some lottery tickets. The other day he did a lot of shout-out videos, and I appreciate this one for Tuber Chat, of course. There's Scratchin' Pete PA, Crafty Witch 232. He's got a few friends that he did these shout-outs for, Kristen Walton, because we happened to catch him for his birthday. And he premieres every single day, as a matter of fact, sometimes more than once a day. And this creator brings us raccoons, opossums, deer, foxes, bird watching, as well as the nature that we talk about and the walk. Sometimes he goes to abandoned locations or like graveyards and cemeteries. Otherwise, he's just walking around his area, but giving us stories to be told. A chance to get to know him, really. And then shorts on this channel feature more of the same, but he has gotten into quite a few lottery ticket scratches back in the day, and then even a slot game on a tablet, which he's been known to play regularly. And then some more outdoor content here. But like I said, Michael's Adventures, he has, look at this, 4,300 videos in total on his channel. That's videos and shorts combined. And this creator, like I said, premieres every day. So he's on 8 p.m. every single night Eastern, except on the nights that we have Tuber Chat, because he's been rescheduling to go before us so that he could raid in. But hopefully everybody will connect with him, push him towards the 1,800 subscribers he's thinking about. Like I said, he's monetized, so lots of ways to support him, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. And I'm going to try to move faster now. Boy, did I do a lot of talking today. I don't know what on earth came over me. I don't know if Keto Simple's even still listening. It was so long before that they dropped that super chat. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought I already talked about their channel before we went on the break. I didn't even talk about it until we got back. But they just inspired thought because I happened to catch them for a live stream this morning, and it was fresh in my mind, the things that I wanted to say. And then thank you for the kind words in the chat. Blessed to Crochet is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
That's so funny. It's Chocolate Drop. You're absolutely right. I got to be reminded sometimes to hydrate. They do that to a lot of the creators on Twitch. It's like such a big thing. Don't forget to hydrate because they do so much talk and this and that. But thank you for that. Yes, I do have to remember that. And then Paulzilla911, actually what I'm going to do today, because we're going to raid into your stream, I'm going to put your channel up last, no matter what. So I'm not putting it on the wheel because we already know we're going to see it. And then, story time with Kevin. I got to do like a series or something. And then Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen. And this creator is going to bring us a lot of spiritual inspiration, a lot of positivity. So they talk about crochet, of course, and they talk about connection. And what they mean is connection between people or creators, similar to what we do here in Superchat. So there's lots of opportunity to meet friends over there, but there's spiritual inspiration in between. They're monetized and working on 2,000 subscribers now, officially on the road to 2K, which is great. Shorts on this channel feature more variety, but you see this creator's usually having fun and smiling and laughing. They're getting into 10,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on their channel as well. I've got notifications set now for a couple of these that are coming up. We always set notifications for premieres and live streams regardless of start time, and that's just to do everything we can for each other, send a signal of engagement or intent into the algorithm. I caught them for a live stream last week, but they're live frequently. And then they've got another channel called Blessing Through Connection. And this is where they intend for people to connect in almost exactly the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. So they've got shorts here that are meant to be shout outs for creators, some of which come into the live streams. And then they've got these lengthy live streams. You see they can go into even like 7 hours. And it's just meant with pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, where creators can trickle in and trickle out and connect with each other while they're there. And they're working on 300 subscribers over here. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And thank you again, Michael's Adventures, for that gifted membership, by the way. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Jody Genealogy, we know as Marketplace Boutique. There's another creator who's been with us for a few years now, and she has really expanded the content so much so that she started this second channel. When we look at Jody Genealogy, this is the creator behind Marketplace Boutique. We'll look at her channel in another second, her original channel. Here she's bringing us history, travel, and other adventures. And this creator actually mixes things up in the shorts videos, but history's been something, it seems that she's always been a bit of a history buff, I would say. And you get that idea from her other channel, where she teaches us about how to buy and sell a lot of things, some of which are antiques and things like that, or seem to be, that end up on platforms like eBay. And she's been an expert at that for a long, long time. But some of the things she finds here and some of the things that she brings are really interesting. Talking about history, that's a subject in school. I wish I'd paid more attention when I was there, because now I'm more interested, and I just didn't think it was useful at the time, and I was wrong. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,800 views, 7,100 views. They tend to bring variety into the shorts on both channels. You'll see that in another moment where they've done really well. They're working on 1,200 subscribers here, and they've got some live streams. They do a lot of collaborating. They bring us outdoors. They could be, it seems, going through some forestry here. They could be on the water as well. They're bringing us a few different things. And Jody Genealogy, like I said, is the creator behind Marketplace Boutique. And she's been with us for at least a couple of years now. And this creator, you can see, actually, she's dressed up her channel. I think that's a relatively new avatar. And forgive me if I'm wrong. You might have had that for a while by now. Pardon me, when we look at this creator, like I said, the bulk of what she's doing here is helping us understand the in and outs of buying and selling online on platforms like eBay. She even takes us shopping. She tells us about the things that go wrong. She tells us about the things that go right. She's really expanded the content on her channel, though, and brings a lot of variety. So sometimes she's on the water even in videos, or going on an adventure, or in live streams where we see more on the water videos, on the road. She could be doing a fireside chat. And this creator is out supporting other people all the time as well. I run into her almost daily, I think, supporting other creators in premieres and live streams. When we look at shorts over here, 27,000, 54,000. Wow, this one's really moving. I think that's a fairly new one. And then another one at 23,000. So she's really doing well with these shorts. But you can see that this is a lot of variety, regardless of category or niche of the channel. And I say that all the time. So she's working on 2,900 subscribers over there. It's not really surprising, but I didn't realize she was quite that high yet, which is great. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
It's Chocolate Drop is somebody who's been a longtime friend. She's been with us for years as well, but she is just pounding out content the last little while. Working on 1,700 subscribers. This creator has been dropping videos. You see this just in the last few days, a few more videos. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got. This was great, seeing you with a handful of people that we know. I think, was it yourself that put this on Facebook, or did I see this from somebody else's page? I can't for the life of me remember. I thought I saw a photo similar to this with a handful of people, and I liked it today, but I'm not sure if it was Chocolate Drop. Like I said, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And then this creator is going to do a lot of cooking. They're known for taking us on tours, especially of CVS, even in Canada. I know what that is. And then this creator is always smiling, always laughing. I've seen more cooking live streams from her than anything else. She's in the kitchen all the time. 12,000, 13,000, 51,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she just did some cooking. I missed that one, but I caught her the other day. I'm just going to grab this as a replay and run it for you. You must be working on watch hours right now. And it's Chocolate Drop. So getting back from a cruise is posting some content here, but that must have been great. They met a handful of creators. Meet and I are a couple of creators who've been here many times before as well. And they host a cruise, I think, every year, where a lot of people end up going, other YouTubers, which is great. I'm always happy to see other people doing meetups and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with It's Chocolate Drop. Like I said, she's a longtime friend and literally has been with us for years. And it's nice to see you picking up quite a bit of content lately.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Scratchin' Pete PA, a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. This creator brings an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube now. Pretty soon I'm going to have to say 8.5, actually. Scratchin' Pete PA is working on 2,500 subscribers, and like I said, he puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching in his content. What he does is pits 2 tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He has not missed a week in what is getting close to 5 years. He puts out his videos every week at 12:15 Eastern. And this creator premieres. If you can catch us for one of those premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. It's faster than this here, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Butler Family Farm, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So I'm going to set his premiere now. Notification, like I said, we always put notifications on for every premiere and live stream we see. And then I know he's going to drop that on Tuesday. He tends to set his premieres at least a few days in advance. They're almost always ready on Saturday, which is great to see. Pretty much always, actually. Now, I recognize most of the lottery tickets I see because Pete is a fellow Canadian. I'm convinced I've actually been through the same store where he buys his lottery tickets. Of course, I'm joking, but I see all of these. Cash for Life, my favorite of all. Because of the idea. Imagine getting $1,000 a week for life. And they've got a double Cash for Life too. I think he's done that also more than once. A couple of thousand a week for life. I don't know how the payout goes on that. But he also does a lot of these tickets. I love these crossword and bingo tickets. So I don't scratch a lot of tickets myself, but Kristen and I will give them to each other for Christmas or birthdays, or, if you're going to like somebody's birthday and you really don't know them, you could just throw some lottery tickets in a card, and that's kind of a gift kind of thing. And I've done that many times. But I tend to go for some of these, the bingo and crossword. They're a lot of fun. I like things that I see that are pop culture references too, especially video games like Pac-Man or Tetris and things like that. Scratchin' Pete PA mixes up all the different lottery tickets, and then he took a trip to Italy. Actually, he was in Italy for a month during August this year. 2 years before that, he took a trip over there to visit and was bringing us some vlogging style shorts videos that gave us a look around all the areas he visited, and Italian lottery tickets as well. Then he brought us his very first live stream, so he's expanded the content on his channel over the last couple of years. He's always had presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which we would expect, but you can see he does a really good job here, and then gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series on those thumbnails. And then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. And for anybody paying attention closely, you'll notice he changes things up a couple of times during the year. But especially when he's got different kinds of tickets that somewhat scratch a little bit differently. And he really puts a lot of thought and consideration into the content. And I can tell you that 5 years ago, he put a lot of thought and consideration into the channel before he even started it. I've been friends with him long enough to remember him as PA before he even changed the name to Scratchin' Pete PA. So there's a little trivia for you. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Hopefully everybody will connect with Scratchin' Pete PA and all of our moderators. And you can see these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help and support for all of us. I feel like I missed something, Scratchin' Pete PA today, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. So forgive me for that. Jeremy D-Day is coming up right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
When we see Jeremy D-Day, this is a creator who's been with me about 6 years, if you can believe that. After 800 episodes of Tuber Chat, he's still coming around almost every stream, actually, but as often as he can to support other creators. He's one of the first creators I met in the small YouTuber community that inspired the idea behind this channel. And Jeremy D-Day's been connecting this way since even before me. And this creator is now at 1,200 subscribers on a second channel. I'll show you his original channel where I met him in another moment. So he's got a movie review here for the Fantastic Four. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, see what he had to say about that. He's in Wisconsin. He's got a premiere coming up later this month. I've got the notification on for that. He's going to bring a lot of reviews lately, but he mentions shorts and vlogs as well. So let's have a look at the shorts, and we see that some of these have done well. 15,000, 28,000, 69,000 on some of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So he's been doing a lot more live streaming lately. I've caught a couple of these. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one if you're going to keep those up. And then when we look at JD Knight 7, we see the channel where I first met this creator. Oh, it's not going to come up now. Oh, because I spelled it wrong. It's JD Knight 7, not DJ Knight 7. Let's see if it comes up if I do this. YouTube's search results seem to be playing games with me too now. I'm typing things in the search bar and it's guessing what I'm looking for, and it's making me really happy. JD Knight 7 has now got over 11,000 subscribers, which is great to see. This creator, like I said, has been at it since longer than 6 years. And he lately has been doing more album reviews and ranking and music-based content for a long time than anything else. But you get an idea of the diverse collection of music that this creator enjoys and is bringing to us. And then shorts on this channel have just done spectacularly well. 132,000, 373,000, and 815,000 on one of these. And then live streams just as an experiment on this channel. We'll see if Jeremy's going to do any more of these. That's the same creator behind Jeremy D-Day, and obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter. Fuzzy Adventures is coming up. Let's just see what they've got going on. We'll take one more break, but I'll hold off for a few minutes here. Fuzzy Adventures and More is the same creator from New Horizons Above and Beyond. We'll look at both of these channels. This creator's got 186 subscribers over here. This is the newer of the two channels. And they are bringing variety, but they've been out for adventures more than anything else. They got a lot of outdoor content here. This one's a little bit different. New additions to the family. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. It's a fairly short video. We always want to connect with videos that are 3 minutes or longer, but I'll use that video to catch up with the channel. And then we see that he's gotten into 1,400 views with one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. When I look at New Horizons Above and Beyond, we see that he's working on 1,600 subscribers over here. This is like homesteading content, in my opinion, more than anything else. Mostly outdoor content. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here and put this into my catch-up list. They put out a handful of videos just in the last 2 days here. But you get an idea of what they're bringing to us. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,700, 2,300 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on this channel as well. And up to about a month ago, they've experimented. They expect to bring us more. They've let us know many times. And then we'll spin the wheel. And then Logan Lewis, is Lewis Acre Farm Karma around right now? And then the Stock Explorer is coming up. This is Nora. Okay, let's take that break. I'll give my voice one more rest here. The Stock Explorer will come up in a moment. I think they dropped us a raid earlier, actually. That's what the impression I got. That might make a record. That's 3 raids in one day. The Queen Before You Reacts did that again. Michael's Adventures did it after his premiere. He does that regularly. And the Stock Explorer has done that more than once as well. So thank you for that. Let's go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll watch one more clip from our interview series. I play these often just to give you a taste of what's in the videos, but they're all on the channel. All of these creators have long passed 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start. And then it was around the time I met you,
Yeah.
Your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store. And I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. And I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. So we're going to go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. Vintage Style by Joe. I know you've been here for the whole stream again, so thank you for that. I'm not sure if you were here right at the beginning. I think you came in after about 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, but your channel was featured today, so I hope you go back and hear what I had to say. Forgive me, I watched one of your videos, one of the Christmas tree quilt videos where you had 150 triangles. I really enjoyed that today, but I forgot to leave you a comment. I'm thinking about it now. But I just wanted to make sure that you see that. I don't expect anybody to watch like replays of Tuber Chat for 3 hours, but Vintage Style by Joe has been a great friend lately, and her I'm enjoying her content, but I featured her channel and I don't know if she caught that. So let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. right, I think it's pretty much obvious we're going to end up overtime, but I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. So I'm going to start moving through channels as quick as I can. Kyle Vlogs is on the wheel now, and the Stock Explorer is up on the screen. This is Nora, and this is a creator that's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, somebody who's been with us for about 5 years. They've actually got 2 channels as well, so I'll show you both of them. This creator is talking about the stock market and a little bit of crypto as well. They do that with a level-headed and down-to-earth strategy. They are very forthcoming about their own stock plays and portfolio, and this creator actually puts out a lot of community posts for their members to give them ideas. So I'm giving everybody a sneak peek here. Thanks for the shares, by the way. But you see that they have got some members only content here, giving you a bit of alpha, they call it, when we talk about what might be happening in the stock market. And then the Stock Explorer has really expanded the content on their channel. So they've always been known to bring us a bit of variety. They've often had product in hand. They literally like order products from the companies they invest in sometimes. They've got a lot of lottery ticket scratching that was added to the channel a couple of years ago, and now they've got a series called Scratching with Strangers. What they're doing is meeting people for the first time and listening to interesting stories while they scratch lottery tickets with them. So it's interesting to see. And this creator as well has got shorts. These feature mostly variety on the channel, like I mentioned about so many creators, but they've done really well. 3,100, 4,500, and this Coke Machine shorts video is still getting views at 15,000, which is great to see. Now, Nora, of course, is monetized with almost 2,400 subscribers, so lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And this creator does a lot of live streaming. So they do StreamYard panels, they do lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators. Sometimes it's friendly conversation, and sometimes they're talking stocks and crypto. And I say crypto, they're doing mostly stocks, but it's just we share a love for some of the crypto, and so I keep mentioning it when I think about their channel. But the Stock Explorer will be able to help you navigate the stock market, let's just say. And you can see how many community posts they put up. This creator has got a second channel as well called Tropical Buzz. This is where Nora brings a hobby to the forefront of the channel. They want to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida, so they got a wonderful opportunity for growing different types of things and then bringing those to us in the content. They post occasionally here, but they've got plenty of videos, some shorts to go along with it, and now over 300 subscribers on this second channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tropical Buzz, the same creator behind the Stock Explorer. And then Cabarar Retro Nights. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's Cabarar Gaming with another channel. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up on the screen in a second here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Mariana Latrinia is still here, so I'm going to get them onto the wheel. I don't think we looked at their channel earlier today, did we? Or am I mistaken? Oh, we did look at it. Yes, sorry, you dropped a super chat earlier. Forgive me for that. I didn't mean to forget about that, but thank you for that extra generous support. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss your channel. Oh, my dear goodness. Cabaret Retro Nights. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you get those channels restored. Cabaret Gaming has been a dear friend for probably 5 years, close to it. So has Rushing Wind Mountain. This creator's been with us pretty much from the beginning. This is Ruby. You see them mentioned by name in the chat often. They bring nature and wildlife videos in a sort of similar ballpark, I like to say, as ASMR type videos. They've changed up their about section a few times here. So what they're doing is bringing pleasing audio and pleasing visuals together, but nature and wildlife based. Their videos can go anywhere from an hour to 12 hours long. I'm going to grab the latest one. It's about 2 hours. I'll put that at the end of my catch-up list. And this creator comes from the Pacific Northwest. When we dig through the shorts videos, we're going to find more of the wildlife here, but that brings us a lot of humorous moments as well. They've gotten into 11,000, 13,000, 16,000 views on some of these videos, and then live streams. They've experimented with both landscape and portrait, or horizontal and vertical formats. They found success with both, and they bring us the same mix of pleasing audio, pleasing visuals to go along with it in the live streams. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they're working on 14,000 now, which is great to see. And then Cabaret Retro Nights. Yeah, I can't imagine what could be the problem. Unless some kind of, the only thing I can imagine is copyright, because they're typically on their gaming channel, they're doing video games, but that shouldn't cause a problem. And pardon me, my allergies are just on me. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but I hope you'll keep me apprised. So Kyle Vlogs is a longtime friend as well. I think they must have reset and restarted their channel, because I've been connected to them for a long time. And I'm surprised that I'm not connected to this particular channel. So correct me, or forgive me if I'm wrong, but Kyle Vlogs is here with us frequently, and then this must be a brand new channel though. So I'm going to take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me watch later list. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. And you know we're usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Oh, really? Kyle Vlogs? I didn't realize it had been that long. They're a longtime friend. I'm just shocked that I'm not already subscribed to this channel, because maybe it's just longer than I think. I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up. This is another beloved and dedicated moderator. She's been with us for almost 5 years as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then let's just do a pulse check here and see if Handicapped Traveler, I think, is still here. And Foodie's Vacation, my goodness. Today's like your, I think, record longest stream. Foodie's Vacations is here with us for a long time in every stream, and I appreciate that for sure. She's been with us many months now, and she live streams all the time, but I know how long the wait is. All of our moderators have been through the 2.5 to 3 hour wait to get onto the screen after the channel's on the wheel. But Foodie's Vacation's been with us from the beginning of the stream today. I think this is the longest wait for them. I could be wrong. I Am Betty J Gathers is now long over 3,000 subscribers, and you know my speech when I talk about 3,000, it's a great telling marker. I believe anybody that gets to that level organically, like I Am Betty J Gathers has, can certainly get to 10,000 if they want, maybe even 100,000 and beyond. So I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who is living her best life over 60, is the way she's always put it on her channel. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living as a part of the content, but she does a lot of vlogging. She gives us a look into her life, a look into her home. She takes us on adventures and does vlogging in its typical style. And then this creator, you can tell, is a dynamic host. She's always smiling and laughing, actually inspiring others, and she's motivating. This creator has got a lot of shorts on the channel. She's done literally like 365 in a row. She keeps these up and is posting shorts regularly. she has gotten now into 13,000 and 15,000 on a couple of these, but you'll notice a lot of her live streams at 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views feature the creator herself. So that's great that that formula has really caught on for her, and she's got live streams on the channel as well. She's interviewed a lot of different creators, and we use the word interview, but it's always friendly conversation. Crystal Sparkle inspired her to do a series of interviews as well. I was lucky to have been a part of that. We talked for about an hour and a half in this live stream replay here. But she's had guests on all the time. She's been featured on other channels many times before. Lots of familiar faces here. Sometimes it's Betty herself, and she has always been a dynamic host, and she will start with a topic and the conversation can go anywhere, as they usually do, but she's always inspiring, always motivating, and she's probably responsible for at least hundreds of thumbs up here in the Tuber Chat live streams because of her friendly and energetic reminders. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gathers. I'm going to spin the wheel and we will get another channel on the screen.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She just dropped a brand new video today. This one's much more sticker focused. But what she does is brings us unboxing videos. And today was an example of one that comes from a subscription service. What I mean to say is a lot of us have heard of a lot of different mystery box services. Like a long time ago, there would be things like the Cigar of the Month Club and things like this. They now have subscription services and mystery boxes for just about anything you can think of, from Minecraft to sewing. You can get socks, you can get bath and beauty products, you can get jewelry, snacks, stationery, crafting supplies. Now, Jessie Journals and Unboxes has unboxed all kinds of different stuff. She also brings us videos where she shows us the collages and journals that she makes with a lot of the crafting supplies she unboxes. So this creator also, she premieres every Sunday, by the way. She drops a video every week. A lot of shout outs for other creators with Happy Mail videos. And she also does hauls and then shout outs for other creators. Shorts on this channel feature a lot of the things that she's found in the unboxing videos, like washi tape here, bath and beauty products throughout. She's got snacks and one of these here, stationery here, crafting supplies and other things. You get an idea of all the different types of things that she's unboxing on her channel. Then live streams, and this is a creator that goes live occasionally, but she's so supportive to other people that she can go live whenever she wants. She'll have a flood in the chat like she does in her premieres. Today was pretty overwhelming as well. And Jessie Journals and Unboxes is an interesting case. She's, first of all, a beloved and dedicated moderator here, but her support for all of us has increased over the years. And I like to mention that because it's such a tough thing to have happen when we're spending our YouTube journey following more and more creators. It becomes harder and harder to support a lot of our friends. Lately, I've been doing a couple of extra like outdoor live streams on my personal channel and seeing some friends that have come in that I probably haven't crossed their channels in a couple of years. And, you know, feel just terrible about it. But it's, I always say, as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. But I think we all know what it's like to follow more and more people and feel like we're not able to support everybody enough. And that's an interesting thing. Yeah, today was something else. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen, and we'll talk about their content in a second.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So Canadian Family Life is a family-based channel. This is Tiffany. We were talking earlier in the stream about the fact that her audience will ask for more of the family in the channel. And I think that's because Tiffany comes across as somebody who is very family based. And, it's easy for anybody to say that they are. And, anybody with any family, of course, is going to be at least to some level. But I think her love for her family and her pride for her family kind of just goes over and above and comes across on camera. And the whole family gets involved in the channel. It literally is a family channel. And what they bring in between a little bit of variety, like actually here, spoiler alert, they've got a video everybody should see here talking about a mascot for the channel and a chance to get involved, actually. They're going to take a trip to Ontario. I don't know if we're going to be able to cross paths. I, pray that it might be possible because they're coming soon, but it's a bit of a stretch. And they're coming for a very busy reason. So I can use that as half of my excuse. But we'll see what happens. Canadian Family Life brings food bank grocery hauls, cooking and baking videos, sometimes even challenges between husband and wife, sometimes even crafting and things. Now that I think about it, when I go back to the Christmas series, if I can find them, they did a lot of different things, a lot of creativity in this series of videos. They've done some vlogging on the channel, a lot of product reviews now, and her husband Chris gets involved. He's got new content coming, I believe, on his channel as well, which is Chris's Creation Fun. I'll leave that to you to see. But he's got 3D printing, solar equipment that he works on, and many other do-it-yourself videos, so we'll likely see more. Shorts on this channel have gotten into now 4,200, 5,600 views. This is all in New Brunswick. So another fellow Canadian, obviously, but they're able to bring us all 4 seasons. Some of the winter weather has done well, and the shorts are a mix of indoor and outdoor content. And then live streams. Tiffany is another creator who can go live whenever she wants. She goes occasionally, but she'll always have a flood of support in her chat because I run into her literally daily out supporting other creators. And this is one of the original fastest growing channels in the Superchat family. She achieved her 3,000 in just over a year, and I believe the biggest reason why is because of the support she gives to other creators. And in the early days, she was really featured on dozens of other channels. I used to see her in all kinds of thumbnails on other creators' channels. So much so, this creator actually supported here in the Superchat family that I kept mistaking how long she's been a friend. She's been with us just over 2 years now. Now it's going to be getting close to 2.5 years. But I kept saying it was much longer because, first of all, she's here for probably every stream since finding us or pretty close to it, and for the entirety of the streams. Now, I know not everybody can be. I just like to recognize it when I see it, but I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. But Canadian Family Life is another beloved and dedicated moderator here, and then we'll look forward to her husband's channel a little bit more soon too. Gloria's Platter, it's wonderful to see you. We were hoping you would come in today. Gloria's Platter celebrating a birthday. Actually, I wonder if because of your time zone you might have crossed over and your birthday for you was yesterday. For us it's today. But I hope everybody will wish Gloria's Platter a happy birthday. Just for your birthday, I'm not going to take another break. We're getting close to our 3-hour mark here. And Handicapped Traveler is up on the screen, so we'll talk about their channel right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Handicapped Traveler's up here right now. This is a channel that's been a friend for years as well. Dan is the creator behind this channel. The channel's gone through a little bit of a change, more of a lot, a bit of a change actually this year, but this creator continues to pound out content, which is great to see. and it's a mix of indoor and outdoor content. So I would almost consider it a lot of homesteading style content. They bring us into the kitchen for some cooking videos. They take us out exploring. But when they're traveling, they're bringing us content from a certain perspective, of course, hence the name Handicapped Traveler. They talk about that in their About section. They've got shorts over here, and these feature more winter weather in the all four seasons idea, as I like to say. They've gotten into 2,600, 2,700 views, and they've got live streams. They're usually on towards the end of the month. I believe it's the last Friday of every month, and hopefully everybody will connect with them so we can catch them. They've been on YouTube a little over 3 years now, working on 1,500 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Gloria's Platter's a friend that's been with us from the beginning, and we're going to look at her channel in a second here. One more thing I want to show you is Handicapped Traveler's got a second channel called Sir Dank for Jesus, and this channel is going to bring us spiritual inspiration. You'll get an idea just from the thumbnails exactly what they're doing on this channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put this into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to stay caught up with this channel as well. Gloria's Platter is celebrating a birthday. I hope everybody will wish her a happy birthday for today. She has been a dear friend all of this time. She's been with us for about 5 years as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So I know it's easy for somebody like me to keep saying this, but Lewis Acre Farm Karma, the truth is that a lot of it comes down to consistency and time. Now, Lewis Acre Farm Karma has been consistent, and I know you're interviewing a lot of other creators and shouting out a lot of other creators. So the only things I can think of that I can suggest, and it's really an idea for everyone because a lot of us go through that frustration. Even myself, I've had ups and downs with my channels, and you know, nothing has ever gone as fast as I thought it would, except for maybe Superchat. But the only other thing we can do is we can watch back some of our content and then try to improve little things along the way. Even when we're doing all the things we know we should be doing, there has to be other things we can improve on. Even the most successful people, it doesn't have to be on YouTube, influencers and things like that will usually say things like that. I hear it all the time in the podcasts I listen to, and sometimes I'm listening to things or watching things where it's literally billionaires talking about stuff, and they're talking about, oh yeah, I'm still trying to improve. I just make one little note a day on my content, see if there's something I can do better, something I can improve on. The other thing too is here in Tuberchat, you know, you've heard me say it a million times, but the way that this whole thing works is because we think about what we can do for other people more than ourselves, and then I promise you it comes back, right? So I try to dance around the things that I say, and forgive me because I'm not trying to get into a long speech, but I'll show you an example, and forgive me because I really don't want to put the focus on myself too much, but I don't know how else to hurry through this conversation. Imagine if I, the host of Tuberchat, asked anybody to be on this channel. There would be the door would cave in from the number of people who would probably want to come on the channel and be interviewed. So part of it is because I almost never do it, right? It's such an exclusive thing on this channel for anybody else to actually be on the screen with me or anything like that. But the other reason why, the main reason I'd like to think why, is because all this channel is is me focusing on other people's channels. I know I get into a bit of story time. It's been years and I almost can't help myself but, get caught up in some of the conversation because I enjoy it too. That's my excuse, right? But you notice that the focus of Tuber Chat is to talk about other people's channels. And that's why it's so solid and so strong. So the only thing I'm trying to get across is the idea that when we focus on other people's channels, if you were to find a way to help other people get more people into their live streams, they would have no choice but to help you in the same way. I'll show you an example today. Unexpected, 3 raids today. Now they're small raids, but happy to have them. The Queen Before You Reacts, which is somebody we're still getting to know, rated in here today. Michael's Adventures rated in here. He does it all the time now. And the Stock Explorer rated in here. They've done that kind of thing before. But it wasn't asked. They didn't reach out to me before or anything like that. And I know it's a little bit different. It's probably ridiculous the way I'm putting it because Tuber Chat's a very different kind of channel. But it just goes back. The only suggestions I have, because I'm grasping at straws really, is the idea of supporting other people as much as you possibly can. The fact that you've interviewed so many people is supporting them, of course. But the other thing too is, and this doesn't go for the bulk of the audience here in Tuber Chat, but we all know that part of nature is what have you done for me lately? Right? So it's one thing when you've helped other people by interviewing them on your channel and trying to get them some exposure and subscribers and things like that. But for some people, including even I've been on your channel, I believe, a long time ago, right? But it's a while back. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, that was a while ago. And people tend to forget. And it's not that they mean to. It's that we're all following more and more channels, doing more and more things. It's really hard to get the truth out of people. Even somebody like me, especially here in Tuber Chat, I'm not going to say everything that I think about everybody's channel all the time. I got more things I would offer people as advice to help, but I just can't bring myself to do it because here we're promoting channels. We're not critiquing them. You know what I mean? And we're not all necessarily wanting to do the same things. And what I would give as advice to one channel may be completely wrong. Compared to what would really help their channel. My opinion is just an opinion like everybody else's, let's just say. Forgive me, I'm getting into way too much of a speech over this. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, just Jason Keto. Finding people to interview gets harder. What I have found is that I've had more than one person ask or mention to me the idea of coming back after they have been with me on this channel or somewhere else as well. So that's something interesting also. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even know if she's still listening because I went off on too much of a tangent there. But Lewis Acre Farm Karma, she's been a dear friend for a long time. I know she actually wants to help other creators, and it has to be frustrating. But the truth is I'm grasping at straws. I'm only answering because you happened to mention it in the chat. But yeah, we'd have to think a lot more about that for what can help. The other thing, too, I promise you, August has been a slow month. Today is explosively busy. And I'll show you an example. Jessie Journals and Unboxes did a premiere today. And her chat was, I'm guessing, better than even last week. She always does well, but I think it was even busier. And Keto Simple this morning was out of control. Although I'm still getting to know that channel. I've only caught him live a small, maybe handful of times, right? But today, this beginning, I forgot to do the social media posts. I didn't put it on Facebook. I didn't put it on Reddit. Didn't put it on Twitter at the beginning, like I always do. And it was busier than it has been in a month. So that might have a little bit to do with it. Summer is... It doesn't feel like it to all of us, but it's actually a slower time. And forgive me, everybody. I know I'm going overtime here, but I just want to make sure I cover this kind of thing because we all know how awful it feels when we're just demotivated. Things haven't been going the way that we want. We don't understand why. We all get a bit of that. And I'm just assuming that that's, kind of what's happening here with the idea of the interviews and things. People are busy. August seems to be the biggest month, at least for North America, for going on vacation or trips of different kinds or whatever. So lots of people are gone. And people get into the routine in September. People are busy with work. In Canada, we got this thing going on where a lot of people are being forced back to work when they've been working from home for years. That's a big thing in our news right now, apparently. And I don't know if it's just Ontario or Canada. But anyway, that's something to consider. People have to get into routines. There's lots of shopping. I was at a shopping mall the other day, one of the biggest in the area. It was packed. Yesterday, couldn't park because the whole place was taken up. So, and that's in a metropolitan city. That's right beside Toronto, where, a world-class city like Chicago, Boston, New York, and everything else. So anyway, these are just ideas. And, there's a lot going on. So the first 2 weeks of September, I never recommend anybody even think about doing anything, new projects or anything like that, because people are just too busy. But the third week of September is a perfect time to launch anything, in my opinion, if you're going to do something for months on end. Yeah, the other thing too, Lewis Acre Farm Karma, some of the people that you might be asking may not want to do interviews at all, even if you're very accommodating. So another idea might be just to look at some of the interviews that have already been done, or people who are interviewing lots of other people. Those people might want to be interviewed because they're willing to do both sides of the thing. I can't tell you how many times I've been on channels. I haven't been on nearly as many channels as I thought I would by now, because I haven't made the time for it. However, I've been on many channels more than once, right? And that's an idea. I can't imagine anybody wouldn't have me back after I'd been on a channel, but that's just, I don't know if I'm right about that or I just think it. So that might be part of it, but interviews may not be the only thing. I'm just focused on it right now because you mentioned that, but videos always drive a channel. And forgive me, everybody, I know I'm going so far over time. That's one thing I keep forgetting to mention. Videos drive channels in almost every case. The only exception is here in Superchat, because all we do is live streams, right? But for most other channels, it's the videos that have the chance to get into the thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. Shorts can do a little bit of it as well, but it's videos always. On every channel that I've run or touched, it's always videos that drive the channel. Live streams help with monetization and things like that. Forgive me, everyone. So, Glory and Lewis Acre Farm Karma, if you want to talk outside, I'd be happy to do that as well. I'm busy in the day, but in the evenings, maybe we can do a call on Instagram or Facebook or something. Gloria's Platter, celebrating her birthday. This creator, no surprise, she's working on 8,900 subscribers. She's been with us from the beginning, and that's about 5 years now. So Gloria's Platter has always been considerate about how to not just improve her videos, but make them interactive for her audience. In most of her cooking videos, which is what she started with, she's expanded the content now, but she always gives the audience something to do or some kind of a almost game inside the videos. She's always considerate of basically making the audience feel like they're a part of the channel. And Gloria's Platter is a fantastic cook. I mean, everything she does just seems to look fantastic. And then as well, she's done a great job with live streaming. Very considerate about getting things together so that when she does her live streams, it's all literally, forgive the pun, meat and potatoes. Right? There is not a lot of prep, not a lot of waiting, because she's ready to go. And it's all action, let's just say. So Gloria's Platter's evolved over the years. She's done some different kinds of videos. She gave us our first look at, I'd never seen a one of those Amazon grocery stores before where you don't even have to deal with a cashier. She gave us our first look at that, or at least mine. And then this creator's got shorts over here as well, 26,000, 35,000 on a couple of these. She brings variety into her shorts like most people do, but a lot of her cooking videos, she take clips and different things from. Live streams as well. So she's collaborated with a few different people, and she just does these occasionally. She's done plenty in the past. She's monetized lots of ways to support her and wish her a happy birthday when we get there. Yeah, it's okay. Lewis Acre Farm Karma. I'm just so passionate about this stuff, but I hate the idea of anybody being discouraged, especially somebody who I know cares, and has been trying to help others along with growing their channel. It's all a lot for all of us, And I did hear something the other day. I can't remember his last name, how to pronounce it, Robert from Shark Tank. So he's a Canadian, and they've been doing that show for I think he said 15 years. I just listened to a video that he did and an interview that he did with somebody else. I listen to different things when I drive a lot and everything. And he was literally talking about how an overnight success he in his young life used to think was literally overnight. He's like, I had no idea how long that takes. And if you can believe it, the very first channel I started with over 8 years ago now, it took 6 months to get the first 100 subscribers. Can you imagine that? And we didn't even know better. We didn't even know a different world than that. That's just how long it took. And boy, have we come a long way. That's it. Scratch and PPA. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. He started a podcast a while ago. I just listened to an episode yesterday where he was interviewing Mark Cuban. Or not, sorry, he was not interviewing. He was talking about his friendship with Mark Cuban. Excuse me. His friendship with Mark Cuban and things he's learned from him. Another one of the sharks. But he did an interview and he was talking about this stuff, and I can't remember for the life of me who interviewed him. It doesn't, it just came up recommended for me. But that idea of an overnight success, when I tell the story, forgive me, about taking 6 months to get 100 subscribers on a channel, that channel now has 22,000. Another channel that creator started later, which I ran for him, has 75,000 subscribers. And he's got another couple of channels that both have a couple thousand subscribers or whatever it is. So when I tell you I've run a channel that has 75,000 subscribers, we're all probably thinking, oh, wow, I'd love to have that. How did you do that? Right? But it didn't happen. It looks like an overnight success, that channel, if we want to look at it that way or call it a success, but it didn't happen like that. And there was days, I promise you, we're banging our head against the wall. We're trying everything we can. Nobody's watching this. I promise you, if you watch my personal channel, you will see videos with less views than anybody. Some of the things that I thought people would watch, that I would become known for, are things that nobody cared about at all, except for my friends who wanted to support me and went and watched to try to help me. But they were awful ideas. And I just don't do that anymore, right? But these are true ideas, so forgive me. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma is up on the screen right now. So this creator's actually got a few series of videos. They bring positive spiritual information in your thoughts for Thursday. And these are videos on the channel. They bring homesteading content, of course. They've got shorts on their channel, and some of these have done well, getting into 1,500, 2,600, 6,200 views. I promise you, in the first year when you were doing your channel, or at least the first few months, I can't imagine. I wonder if you remember today how excited you must have been when this video got 6,200 views. Because I don't have any shorts that have gotten that many views right now. I promise you that. And I've been at this for 8 years, and my channel has 10,000 subscribers. You got 546. So it's not a race, but I just want to show you that some of the stuff might have done better than it feels like today. But these are just ideas. And then they've got series here. So they started a second series called Talk About It Tuesday, where they often have a surprise guest. Actually, I think they've been having a couple regulars lately. But Meet Me Monday is where they started the idea of the interviews and introducing us to other channels. And then let me put up Logan Lewis's channel if I can find it quickly. If I can type too. And forgive me, thank you to our moderators. I didn't mean to do that. I say it all the time and I really didn't. It's just I can't help myself. I'm sure they're all happy for anybody, hopefully, to take any positivity from what I've mentioned so far. I don't know why I'm using Firefox today and didn't even notice. That's why Thing didn't work earlier, probably Twitter. Logan Lewis. So this is where we have Lewis Acre Farm Karma's husband, and this is a channel. I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe. They've just got shorts here, but I'm just going to go ahead for now. I'm going to leave it on the screen so that I can get those videos into a playlist afterwards. But you see that they've just started, so we'll be looking forward to connecting with them. They've actually got 32 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them towards the first 100. Oh, okay, and then Lewis Acre Farm Karma. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the channel. You just have to see what direction you're going to take it now. And then Foodie's Vacations. This is save the best for last, right? Almost, because I'm still going to look at Paulzilla before we go over there and raid. And forgive me, I should have had his channel up already. Pardon me. I can't seem to do anything when I'm racing here. No, it wants to get stuck too far. Pardon me, Foodie's Vacations. We're going to get to your channel in a second. I'm just going to put a link in here. Paulzilla is going to let us continue connecting over there. For anybody that wants to continue what we're doing, and I'll be over there in a few minutes. I'll let Tuber Chat run for an extra 3 minutes like we always do. Paulzilla is going to bring a variety of content, but lately they're doing a lot of live streaming based on volcanoes, as a matter of fact. Shorts have more variety, but you see that here. I'll leave it to everybody to get to this channel, but we'll be over there in a minute. Foodie's Vacations is a creator that's going to bring us cruising and travel-based content. She does a lot of live streaming too. I'm going to go over there first and show you her live streams. I've caught her many times. It's been a week and a half, but she's on almost daily. She probably is on daily because she's on with other people all the time, and it's not uncommon to see her in a grid full of people on a StreamYard panel. She got involved in the All Hands on Deck Cruise-a-thon the other day. I was lucky to catch her for that. That's a fundraising thing they do to help somebody go on a cruise. And then she's got a couple of live streams set to go for tomorrow and a couple days after that. Looks like you're going to be on a cruise. Am I right about that? Oh, that's a video. No, it is a live stream. Oh, have you got a cruise coming up and I forgot that you said that maybe? Forgive me if I'm wrong. And forgive me because I'm dancing through everything that I'm saying here and trying to race. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,400, 5,900 on one of these, which is great. That one's going to take the #1 spot any second. And then live streams on the channel. So a lot of familiar faces we see her collaborating with, but a lot of cruising and travel content. And we'll be looking forward to even more. She's working on 1,200 subscribers. Foodie's Vacations is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us for just about every stream as well. Thank you one more time to our moderators. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent, the encouragement that you give each other in the chat. I know people say a lot of positive things about Tuber Chat, about myself, and about our moderators and things like that, but I appreciate the positivity everybody gives each other as well. It's a big part of what makes this work. But thank you, everyone. Forgive me for the channels that we did not to get to today. Happy birthday, Glorious Platter. Forgive me. I'm trying to end up doing what my friend does when I make fun of him because he can't end his streams. let's go over with Paulzilla, and I'll see you. I'll see everybody over there. We can continue connecting. He's got a live stream that's going to go for a couple of hours. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine.
The truth is, I got way too involved in the idea of the interviews myself while I was talking about it, but if I'd have taken a moment to think about it, I would have brought up the idea that videos drive a channel, and live streams seem to only complement or help with watch hours and monetization for most of us.